Welcome on in, gentlemen. Not all at once, please, please.
I think none of us really know how the heck this intro is going to work. We kind of scratched it on paper, and then the moment we're like, yeah, this will work, then we didn't come up with any game plan. So anyway, this is Donkey Kong 64 Randomizer. This is kind of a pretty cool randomizer that has really seen a growth in popularity in the past like year and a half or something. But anyway, Slim and I have been racing each other off and on for like the past 6 months now, and decided we kind of wanted to bring this to a stacked game marathon.
Yeah, pretty much. I love this game. It was one of my first Let's Plays, actually, and I really love the randomizers, so when I saw a combination of the two, I was like, you know, I dig this. I dig this a lot.
Yeah. So it looks like one of our co-commentators crashed their computer. In the meantime, I guess we should give introductions. Maybe that's the appropriate thing to do for the last block here. If you haven't heard my voice from the previous blocks, short blocks where I was announcing, I'm K-Man. I'm gonna be one of the racers today for the stream. I'm over on the left side of the screen.
And I am Slim Kirby. This is actually my first time at this marathon. I haven't done any co-com or anything else. I just did a little bit of racing in F-Zero, but that's about all I did today. But really excited to be back for another Stack Game Marathon for the Packed Game Mini-thon 2. And I guess that makes me on the right side, so I actually can't see the screen right now.
I have it on, well, actually, I should turn that off now that I think about it.
Look at this guy having the freaking stream open.
No, you don't understand.
Look at this guy trying to get an advantage. Yep, you're already using a tracker, which, like, come on.
Come on.
You're getting filleted out here.
Oh, why don't you introduce yourself, Kingo?
Yes. Hi, I am Kingo, longtime fan and longtime Donkey Kong 64 fan, a big DK64 apologist, and I've really gotten into the rando lately. Not as good as these guys, but I've been, learning from them, bit by bit, and I enjoyed a lot. A really fun randomizer. One of the best I've played, I think, actually.
Awesome. And we do have one more co-com that we're waiting on. Oh, well, speak of the devil. Whoa.
Who are you?
You want to give a quick introduction, Snack?
I'm Snack Attack 8, and I'm going to be one of your co-commentators for the race this evening. And what's up?
All right, this is going swimmingly. I'll give a little introduction for like the settings that we currently have. We have a lot of modifiers that were incentives based off donations, thanks to you all. I'm gonna try and remember to go down the list of everything that we have as I pull up the list. Right. So, first off, we're starting with the base of Season 2. Season 2 was basically run for a year last year in the community, and they're just now switching to Season 3, but that's not ready yet, so we're sticking with Season 2, except for a couple of changes. Number one, Kasplat locations are randomized. Now, that doesn't mean just that the Kasplat colors are shuffled amongst each other. No, these Kasplats show up in the wildest locations. There are some that, like, I was just going over the list of Kasplats right before we went live, and some of them are, like, awful. If we run into them, there might be some awful ones. Like, for some example, the spider boss in Forest, yeah, a Kasplat can just show up there sometimes.
Oh, that's
So some of them are going to be fine, some of them are going to be terrible. We'll see how that goes. Secondly, bean for helm. The bean is just kind of like this meme item. There's one of it in the game, and you use it to put into the beanstalk in Forest. But we can make that a door requirement for helm, where usually the company coins are. So instead, we'll have a bean. Number 3, we removed all of our starting moves. Usually start with 3, but we start with 0. Number 4, we added fairies and melon crates into the item pool, which just means we have to snap photos of fairies and hit melon crates for additional items. Number 5, we only get 1 Kong to start out with. I guess I should show the starting screen here. So we're only starting with Chunky. Usually you start with 2 Kongs, but you guys wanted to make it more painful on us, so we only have 1 Kong. Number 6, we shuffled the camera, shockwave, and slam. So normally you can start with those 3 items, but we can't even ground pound starting out. So a lot of tools in our toolkit that have gone missing. And finally, switch sanity, which a lot of the musical pads and weapon switches are going to be shuffled in the game. So where you might find a guitar pad, you might now find a trombone pad. And where you find like a feather switch, hey, now might be peanuts. Who knows? So that's a lot of modifiers to the game.
It sure is.
And there will be a lot more to explain as we go along. And luckily, Snack and Kingo here are fairly familiar with how the randomizer works. So they'll be able to fill in a lot of the blanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, with that,
Did we?
Before you guys start,
Did we?
if
Oh, sorry.
I
Go
cut
ahead.
in real fast.
go ahead.
We've got a couple of exciting things. I've got a couple of donations and a bonus incentive that I think the runners are aware of, but maybe nobody else. So for a bonus incentive for this race, so normally you need to collect 60 golden bananas to beat the game. However, if you donate $10 or more, you have a chance. You can add 1 golden banana required to the player of your choice, up to the max of 100 total golden bananas required. So if you donate $10, you could say, "All right, I want K-Man to collect 1 more golden banana," and we'll mark it down. Now the players themselves aren't going to know how many more they'll need to collect until they enter the final area of the game, Hideout Helm. So it may behoove them to collect more, or it could be a waste of time. Who knows? So keep that in mind. For every $10, you can decide who you want to have to collect an extra golden banana. We'll keep track of it and let the players know. Also, I don't know if it's live in the donation, but if you donate and you want to pick your favorite playable Kong in DK64, you can put that in too, and I'll keep track of that. We'll see who the fan favorite is. So yeah, that's exciting. Any questions about those incentives, gentlemen or commentators?
Hey, Sis, great explanation.
Yep.
Excellent.
Great.
Now I do have a couple of donations. Do you mind if I read real fast? Because I may need to get these people to send in who they want.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Let's just clear the slate of that because I think Kingo and Snack are gonna have a lot to talk about in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's just a couple. Yeah, and again, just to clarify, you need 60 bananas normally, and we can max out at 100 each for each player. So that's what, an extra $800 total we could raise. Make them play all night, folks. Anyway, real quick, just a couple of donations. First one donation, $10 from Patty. I love this girl. She says, "The skies be clear and the sea be calm tonight, mateys. I'd say it's perfect conditions for smooth sailing and even smoother racing. Say it with me now. Aye." Patty, if you want to pick a favorite Kong and someone to give a banana to, you can let us know. We got another donation from Twitch Nick for $12.72. They have to say, "My final donation for tonight. Good luck, Slim and K-Man, on this race. It shall be exciting." Thank you, Twitch Nick. Again, same to you. If you want to pick a competitor to force a golden banana onto and pick a favorite Kong, go for it. And one last donation here, real fast, from Brudge at the Bleach Room Bonfire. And they, for $10, thank you for $10, they have to say, "Saint Jutsu Kaisen, K-Man? Because I believe in you. Here's another golden banana." All right, so that'll be 1 extra. I guess he'll know going in.
That's gonna make the difference.
Fantastic.
Yep. that one,
That's
the
that's all I
next
got
one,
for
that's it.
now. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Good luck,
All
guys.
right. With that, I think we're ready. I guess one last thing is periodically, if Snack and Kingo want, they can bring one of us to help co-com whatever we happen to be doing and just inquire on questions. So we may be shuffling that every now and then. But I think that's everything. I don't know. Did I miss anything, Slim?
No, that should be it. Let's
All
do
right.
this.
With that being said, I am nervous as heck, but I'm ready to race.
Me too.
So, how about, you know what, Kingo? I feel like you need to be the one to give the countdown.
Okay.
Classic.
Gentlemen, are we ready?
Yes, we are.
I am ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, and it looks like they are off.
So, a lot of checks you can do early on. So you have 2 levels open. The second one, which are they're in the same locations as the levels, but the levels that will be there are different. So it appears we have level 2 is Japes. It looks like.
Yep.
And then it'll require more golden bananas to get into Japes.
Right.
The
first level they'll probably be able to get into will be level 1. It just will not. We will not know what that level is.
Oh, and K-Man finding a broke splat.
Yeah, K-Man already showing off that because random Kasplats setting incentive that you guys helped to create. Considering there normally is not a Kasplat out there on that big X rock that you have to go out to with Chunky Kong. So I guess we could go over briefly sort of how the DK64 randomizer kind of works.
Yeah.
Essentially, I mean, you know, the goal of the game is still the end goal. We're trying to get to King K. Rool and beat him in the final boss fight. The way that the setting on that works, normally you have to fight him as all 5 Kongs. In this, we will need 3 Kongs to clear the Blastomatic and Hideout Helm, which is the last level. Which opens the final boss, and then we'll need 3 Kongs to do. We'll need to do 3 of the fights against K. Rool. So the big things that we're looking for, like right off the bat or early on, are the other Kongs, just because that opens up as many checks as you can do, and usually all of them will be needed, though not always. Sometimes one of them will only be vaguely needed, or there's the rumored skipping Donkey Kong, which has happened a couple times before. He's the main character, but you can just skip him. So Kongs are important. We're looking for keys because keys open up the level lobbies. Definitely important to get because not only do the lobbies get you into the levels, obviously, but they give you hints, which are useful at really any point in the run. We're looking for the specific moves that will get us into Hideout Helm, which 2 of which are now randomized, and then we're just looking for, the go mode items, the ones that we'll need to use in the K. Rool fights for the Kongs that we get. And that's sort of the end goal. That's sort of what we're trying to lock in on as the run kind of progresses out of the early stage here.
Looks like 1 is Crystal Caves. That's an interesting level 1.
Yeah, I mean, Crystal Caves, a lot of stuff at least is open in the main area.
Yeah.
Early on, again, we're definitely going to be looking, following our early hints that they got from the first 2 lobbies, which is why they checked both of those first. And then we're definitely looking at shops, the things that you can do without any items or power-ups or moves or anything like that.
A lot of the checks in caves require instruments, so that's always a thing to worry about too.
Yeah, it's
Both
true.
the
Yeah,
igloo and cabin, so that's always.
yeah, cave checks are very instrument heavy for sure.
But there's plenty of things you can do in the open area.
Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily so bad to have, considering we're starting with so little, You know, to have but so many checks that you can do at the very beginning anyway.
I also just, as a personal note, I hate crystal caves. It's these like different elevation like cylinders you platform on are just so annoying to navigate.
It's easy to get, yeah, it's you know, it can be a little challenging to navigate and easy to get turned around, I think, in like one specific part where you're like, am I going to this shop or am I going to the other shop?
K-Man opting to go to Japes instead. Interesting.
Yeah, so we're diverging a little bit here.
Probably more. Do you think there'd be more check density there for Chunky?
Chunky on his own?
Yeah,
I feel like, you know, it's with what they have right now, which is nothing still, right? I didn't miss any items or anything like. Well, unlike A Link to the Past or something like that, we don't have the on-screen tracker, so it's a little harder to catch every little thing. But
now, as we know, Chunky makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze normally.
Right.
But, in game, that requires the same mechanics as barrel throwing, which is a potion you get in this. So Chunky just can't do that inherently.
Yeah, so almost all the things that you take for granted that you get in the very beginning of Donkey Kong 64, such as swimming, throwing barrels, swinging on vines, throwing oranges, that usually is not super important, though it can be sometimes. And then in this, even the Simian Slam, none of those they have right now. So they can't do any of those additional actions that you kind of take for granted while playing the game. But Slim has found a key at Funky's hut and also a DK potion, but he does not have any Kongs with which to get any of those things. It looks like he's taking some notes right now and making sure he comes back for this later.
For a race, you're gonna. Oh, whoa! K-Man found us.
Oh, K-Man finds Slam.
K-Man
That's gonna be.
box.
That's a good find in Japes too, because
and a potion.
You know, there's things here for that.
Ooh,
All right, we've got pineapple, so we got the gun for the Kong we have. Yeah.
The potion looks like a tiny where Lanky's time cage is, but you need well, normally you need DK to open up the Rambi cage, but seeing as how we don't know probably what ammo you need now. Oh, there's a splat by the mine.
he's just tucked away in there.
Just enthused. Oh, it looks
there's
like
P2.
P2. Oh man. K-Man might have made the right choice by going Japes first.
Yeah, like you were saying, even more than some other randomizers that have similar mechanics, hints are a massive part of the DK64 randomizer. A lot of whether you will get a quick time in a seed or not comes to how well, not necessarily, you know, how well you play the game, but how well you can kind of puzzle the logic of the hints together and use those to inform your routing decisions.
Yeah.
It's definitely sort of a different game almost because there's so many of them and they're so useful.
Hey, I just want to cut in real fast.
Sure.
Exciting announcement. We have hit our goal.
What?
Yo!
Everybody get excited. I've got several donations to go off. But we hit our goal, so I'm going to maybe do a couple donos. We hit our goal. It's exciting. Everybody get thinking about what games you want to put ballots in for when we pull for that. Remember, we'll do one at the end of the race you have to be in chat for, and we'll do one post event that you do not have to be here for. But if you put a dono in, you'll get added to it. I've got a couple of donos I want to read real fast. $10 from Mega Freak, who says, I hear K-Man love bananas and yellow things. It's only fair he gets some more. I've got a running tally. I'll update that. Thank you, Mega, for the $10. If you also wanted to pick a favorite Kong, let me know. I've got $20 from Chunky Kong himself, who just said Kong, and wanted one banana for Slim and one for K-Man. Had a very generous donation of $200 from Rinslet, who just said
Whoa.
hi. Hi, Rinslet.
Hi, Renzo.
Thank you so much for the donation. I understand that you don't want to impose bananas, so that's okay. But if you want to pick a favorite Kong, I already asked you that, and it looks like you said Diddy. So thank you, Rinslet. And $20 from Wolf Kaminari, who says, nothing says fun like chaos, so let's add a banana for both. Best of luck, though, to both racers, and let's make the final push to our goal. Strong Kong. Best playable Kong, they said, or Wolf said, Donkey Kong. That puts us at, let me make sure I've got it right here. That puts us at, let's see here. That puts us at K-Man needing 6 extra bananas and Slim needing 2 extra bananas. In terms of our donation incentives.
Fast. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alright. Good luck.
Hey, awesome job, guys! Amazing, and it only begins. There's only more Donkey Kong shenanigans for the rest of the run. So thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's incredible.
So we just saw something interesting here. So again, we're not interesting first in that by diverging the runs, we've got a little different play. Slim got Donkey Kong in caves, and K-Man found Key 2, so he was able to get the Key 2 hints. We noticed that in the hints for the third lobby that came, the Friend Factory lobby, which was, what level was that? Forest, right?
Yeah.
K-Man got a hint that returning in the banana fairies is required for Way of the Horde. Way of the Horde basically means you're gonna need something from that to, get you to the end of the game, to go mode. They don't have the camera, which in normal race settings you begin with. So not only are they going to need to, I guess not necessarily because the fairies are shuffled, but they're going to need to find the banana fairies as well as get Tiny and get Mini Monkey to even get in there and do that check.
Now we are playing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe we're still playing with the settings where we only need 5 to get the item. 5 fairies.
Yes, it should be 5 fairies. And I think we've seen them. We saw one in a shop. I know there. So it's maybe not so bad, but that's still an interesting check to have in your race run.
Yeah, Way of the Horde hints are specific. They'll give you they won't, because a lot of the hints for paths and stuff are there's something in this area.
Yeah.
But a Way of the Horde hint will straight up tell you this challenge.
Right. This check or this challenge. Yeah. They're the most direct hints for sure.
Yeah. Slim, we were saying maybe K-Man made the smart play going to Japes first, but Slim has Donkey Kong, who is kind of the fastest Kong to move around at.
Yeah, he definitely is the best. His rolling move that you can do there is definitely the quickest movement option in the whole game.
Yeah. Oh, I think I just saw that the Diddy rocket barrel was also a key.
Yeah, that was a key.
Huh.
We also know there's a key on a shop in Caves 2, I believe.
Yeah. We just passed that, actually.
Yeah. But again, starting with 1 Kong even versus the 2 that you normally start with, goes a long way in making it more of a puzzle in the very beginning, for sure. Yeah. It seems like we're kind of trading off, what we've done.
I want to cut in real fast. So because we hit our goal, we want to get one of those game donation keywords out there. This is the game giveaway that you can win. We're going to do the giveaway after the event. You'll get a ticket to entry if you donated, but you can get another ticket to entry if you enter the following keyword into the chat right now. And then you can go to bed if you want. So the keyword for the game giveaway is donkey. 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 So get that entered in the chat if you want to win a free game. And again, you'll have another entry if you also made a donation of any kind throughout today's event. I do believe. I may need to be corrected on that. That's all I got for now.
Nice. Get those donkeys in.
We saw a really cool thing you can do. You jump from the cliffside. You can reach that trough and scoff portal without vines, which you normally would need.
Yeah, there are a lot of fun. I mean, you know, again, that usually not like a ton of like glitches and things like that. At least how this is being played here, but there are a lot of fun things that you can definitely do just with some of the movement that Rare left in the game. And Donkey Kong's running like kick and then jump thing is like one of the
really
big
good.
ones. You can use it to sequence break and break logic on a lot of stuff.
Trough and scoff portals and japes, considering it's the first level in the vanilla game, very like they're very out of the way kind of. Maybe they wanted that so you like wouldn't fight the boss early, but you know they're
definitely
out of the
when you have nothing, when you realize what you took for granted, you're like, man, I can't get into the boss in any of these levels or in any of these portals in this level.
And K-Man has found Donkey Kong.
Yeah. And so we're on pretty even ground, at least from how I've been seeing it.
Came in buying some bananas from Cranky. Never a bad idea,
That's Slim.
especially early on. Or Slim. So.
Yeah.
I'm so used to K-Man always buying things. In these.
Yeah, the way K-Man likes to play this, I know. And I mean, it's definitely a good way to play. I'm sure
I think
Slim
most
will be
people
doing
do,
his share of
yeah.
this too. Yeah, but you really want to make sure, especially the way that they're doing this, kind of where they don't maybe necessarily know how many bananas they'll need at the end. You want to make sure you're getting bananas, as easily and quickly as you can, just because at the end of the day, you will need 60 to get into Hideout Helm, the last area.
That's always stat back, regardless of how many the other levels are.
Yeah, the other level golden banana requirements are more fluid. They, sometimes they can actually be like pretty low, or sometimes they can be higher. That's more random.
They'll always be a progressive order, though.
Yeah.
The rest of the hive area.
So we saw K-Man peek this. He looked at the banana, or the barrel. I guess Slim is doing the same.
Oh, K-Man has gotten Primate Punch, it looks like.
And K-Man with Donkey Kong, he can break logic here without the rocket barrel, which you would normally use to get into that bonus, and he can get that from the top of Funky's hut. So now we're gonna have another key,
Which will be very helpful, because that means at least 5 more hits.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless it's like...
Yeah, there are some lobbies where you can't get all the hints right away.
Aztec requires some gun. We don't know which one. It's normally
Right.
Feather, but for one of the hints.
I've got a couple of dodos I want to pop in real fast on. $10. We got a $10 donation from Fuka Kong,
Yo!
Oh,
who says,
lovely.
there better not be any cheating in this race. She would hate that. And Fuka Kong wants Slim Kirby to have to collect 1 extra banana, so that'll bring his total up to 63. Thank you, Fuka Kong. Cheating, huh? And
K-Man's
also,
using a tracker and Slim's not, so I've never heard no man.
well, maybe this person will have something to say about that. We have a $10 donation from, they just wrote their name down as Tipsy. And they have to say, Hey, homeboys and homegirls, great stuff you're doing here. Now you know I gotta support my boy K-Man, so I'm serving up the banana slammer to our boy Slim. Say it with me now, ice.
Ice!
And once ice would like Slim Kirby to have to collect another banana. So that is should bring him up to 64, I do believe. Thank you to Tipsy and Fuka Kong.
Looks like Slim
Yeah.
and K-Man are both
We-
attempting the same thing.
Yeah, we've converged now. This is another check that you'd normally use Lanky Kong's Orang Stand Sprint move to hit that switch and then run back over there and get that banana. But if you play your cards right, you can do it with, again, Donkey Kong's extremely fast roll move that he has.
Which they pulled off.
Yeah. And there was also a sneaky little Kasplat hiding in here too.
K-Man at that waterfall found, I believe, key 5. I think it said. So yes, the cannon though that opens 2 levels. It's level 6 and 7 though, so we probably won't be able to get into those unless this is the lowest requirement.
Right.
Banana seen of all time.
Unlike, never seen it before, but I guess never say never.
But this is, again, a lot more hints for the hints for 2 levels.
I've definitely seen Slim pick up a couple banana fairies already. We just picked up one there. I saw him get one off of a banana medal, which you can get one check with 40 bananas in this game. Randomizer has a little bit of a lower requirement. 40 bananas in each level with each Kong gets you a banana medal, which can be any item. So he's doing okay on that one at least. When I don't know if I don't think I've seen him get that hint yet, but.
There'd normally be a splat behind that coconut.
Yeah.
Looks like Slim also picked up Primate Punch, Funky in Caves. So now they both have that. Castle is vanilla, I guess, because this seems to be level 7 and 12. Level 7 will always, no matter what level it is, the Kong ground pound switches will always require super duper simian slam.
Yeah, it's the first. What is the first 4 levels that you can do with the green one?
And then
yes,
super slam for 5 and 6.
Yeah, so there's 3 levels of slam. Normally you do start with the first one, and you can get the second level of it as a starting item, though it's not, it's as uncommon as any other item. But yeah, there's green, the second one is blue, and then the last one is red. And yeah, like Kingo said, red. The switches in the final level will always require the second level of slam, which is a huge pain if you need to use that for any late game checks in that last level. Because normally you only need the second level to beat the game, the blue slam.
Jabe Slowland's foolish. That's like there's a lot of checks there, so that's always But I guess they've already looked at a lot of the stuff there. Well, I guess not. The underground part is considered mines and tunnels.
Right.
Is that what that
Caves and
area
mines.
is called? Something like that.
Ooh.
Oh, barrel throw.
Slim finds barrels on chunky metal caves, which is always, you definitely want those training moves. Those are important things to get.
He can check that chunky rock, but he doesn't know it's foolish, so K-Man is checking out Forest now, it looks like.
Forest is interesting because it has, some whole, areas where there are multiple checks are locked behind guns. there are definitely some. I mean, there are some checks in this level for sure that you can just kind of, freestand, but not as many as maybe some of the other ones.
And you need a gun to even be able
Yeah.
to do the day
Turn
and
it from
night
day to
mechanic.
night. Unfortunately, they
Otherwise-
have those, but
Yes.
or they have one for each, but.
The mushroom area has a lot of checks.
Mhm.
So much so that the randomizer counts the inside and outside as separate areas. I've never seen that Donkey Kong switch there be anything relevant.
Me
Have you?
either. It is funny that the more you play the DK64 randomizer, the more you're just like, man, this one is just a cursed check. I have never once seen anything beyond that.
That one's tough too, because that one I'm pretty sure requires every gun. So
Yes.
You never want that. Oh, Tiny Kong.
Yeah, so we got Tiny and Forest shops. Yeah, you get to that part and you don't have all the guns. That's gonna be a quit night. It's gonna be your it's gonna be your classic quit night.
We got a donation real fast from Gaming Doc 8 for $20. They have to say, I noticed that both racers are lacking potassium, so let's give them each some more. That's one more banana for each. Should bring K-Man up to 67 required bananas and Slim to 65. Separate reminder that if you haven't already, make sure you get that keyword donkey, DONKEY, typed into chat if you want to be entered in for the post-event game giveaway. Remember, this is a game worth up to $60 via Amazon. One entry per chat, or one entry in chat, per person. So if you've already done it, you don't need to do it again. Yeah, just a reminder.
We see K-Man get Tiny Kong there, and then he right away picks up Mini Monkey, which is, probably I would say easily her most important move.
Oh, absolutely.
And one that, again, we already know we've got some things we need to check with, so definitely very good to get that right back to back.
The devs really feel like they favored Tiny Kong when they made DK64.
They had the most ideas for her, I think,
Yeah.
definitely. Whereas Donkey Kong himself is like, oh, what do we think he can do? Maybe pull levers? That's probably good for an entire move.
Yeah. It's never one I'm like thrilled to find in this randomizer either. I mean,
No.
it can get you hints, but also it's very easy if you have if you have hot swap Kongs, you can just jump up there with Diddy and grab it with Lanky. It's like, all right, well, I can get those hints now.
Right. Now the hot swap Kong switching and some of the other things that like randomizer kind of lets you do are not considered in the logic for DK rando. But again, as provided you kind of know what you've done, know where you're at, and you're sort of still following the path, you can definitely make some exceptions and use them to skip things. Again, a lot of areas in this game will require you to get into them as one Kong, and they kind of want you to maybe use that Kong's gun or do that area with them. But because you can open it up and then switch, you can get past a lot of stuff.
And it was able to peek the top of the mushroom without ring stain. Also, Slim, he found key 2.
Yeah.
Which will grant him access to level 3, but without diving, you can't check level 4 at all. Which is also opened up by key 2.
Key 2 definitely in a tricky little spot there, because on that little tucked away Kasplat, I don't blame them, Slim, for being a little later to find it.
Also, grape shooter for chunky people in
Yeah,
forest.
another gun.
If you had Lanky, there's a owl tree section you can check in forest, but
Mhm.
Seeing as we don't have them, that doesn't. Yeah. Slim finally getting
Slim's-
them,
yeah.
returning the banana berries. Either writing down notes or face palming, one of the two.
Yeah. Oh, something. I mean, K-Man already has the ability to do that. He
Yeah.
just needs to round the fairies up now.
So yeah, you need to return the fairies. You also need mini.
Yeah.
Haven't had to fight a boss yet. That could be fun if we fight one.
Yeah, good old king cutout or puff toss.
Yeah, you'll find if you need to fight a boss, especially early on, it'll be king cutout or puff toss because you don't need any like special abilities to fight them.
Mm-hmm. Those are the bosses of the DK64 randomizer for sure. Though I know we've both had seeds before where we had to fight the second Dogadon fight, which you need Chunky and like all of his moves.
It's a fight I think is really cool. So
it's raw.
I love that fight.
When it's required, I'm always like, oh, raw.
Yeah, because you're probably gonna need like Hunky Chunky and stuff anyway. Like that's a pretty commonly required item. So I'm like, sure, I might as well do this. I'm gonna need Hunky.
There's a fairy.
I have a question I'd like to pose to you two. So, obviously our runners here know that they are likely going to need to collect more than 60 bananas. Now, normally you see a banana, you think that's not worth my time to get. There's probably easier ones. You skip it, whatever. Would you still be skipping bananas like that in certain situations? What might you guys do if you were in their shoes?
It really, like, a lot of times it'll depend on the check, because sometimes, especially, like, early on, if I need them to get into levels, I will just, like, even if I see, like, a mini game or something, I'll be like, yeah, I'll check that out, see what that is, and if it's, like, a quick one, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. I still would not be doing checks that I know are gonna, like, I don't even unless it's right on the way. I don't even know if I would necessarily be doing all bonus barrels still. I think a lot of the time, usually you're pretty much going to end up around the amount you need, and once you've kind of got the items you need and you're kind of locked in on the route to go mode and to win. There's a lot that gets left on the floor. So even like not necessarily like even all the shops or kind of easier bananas to round up, a lot of that will still be left over by the end of the game. So I think I would still be playing it more or less normal for now. Just kind of getting what's in my way and then rounding it up at the end.
Early shops are also tricky because it can depend on how many coins you have. Because it's super easy to just be like, I want to get some early bananas. These shops have bananas for sale, but also you can maybe buy like a banana for like 5 coins with DK, and then you get to a level and you need to buy like a potion that's important, and it's like 8 coins. I'm like, well, I wish I had those 8 coins right now. But I think mid-game, because and this is the thing in the vanilla game too, you get so many coins in this game. Once you start like fanning out, it's like, I'm never going to have to worry about money again after like an hour, so.
Yeah, I think to the original question, I think it will, it depending, I guess, on how it goes, it definitely could benefit them to be picking up more bananas. But I think at the end, it really will more come down to who can get their extra bananas the quickest and then pop in and beat the game after that.
Because, sometimes, like, even if I'm like, this will probably be nothing, it's like, it's a quick check, might as well get a banana out of it. I always feel that way earlier in the season more than later, though, because it always feels so defeating when you're, like, looking for a last item and you do have, like, already have 60 bananas, but you're like, all right, I need to get this, so I just gotta check everything, and then you get like a bunch of bananas on the way. I never feel glad that I beat a scene with like 72 bananas or something. So,
Yeah, for sure.
I
It's easy
waste
to
a
get
lot.
too many, I think. I'm pretty bad about I mean, again, if there's a level I need to get into and I know the banana requirement and I know I'm below it, then I'll be like, yeah, I'll check a bonus barrel or something like that. But otherwise, I'm pretty bad about it. I'm like, bonus barrel, I don't want to do that.
Sometimes
And then
I'll
I'll
be-
keep moving.
If it's like a really long like Mad Maze Mall or something, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
There are
No
some ones that you
way.
don't want to play. And even though that all of the most annoying bonus barrel mini games are not in the randomizer, like Beaver Bother or Minecart Mayhem or things like that.
There's also the dilemma with when you want to turn in blueprints, because those you want to turn in a few blueprints anyway, because that gives you time in Helm, but they also give you bananas. But you also don't want to turn in. You don't want to keep going back to Snide every time you get one.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't want to turn them in now.
When I play, I pretty much treat blueprints and bananas as the same thing. I guess it depends on. I mean, you don't want to go out of your way to visit Snide because it is gonna take up time.
Right.
But because it's pretty quick to just pop up there on Warp Pad 4 and then jump down to see him, I feel like a lot of the time that could even save more time than getting stuck doing some check that's not necessarily, gonna be. That might take a little more time than need be.
K-Man is check the fairy item.
Let's see what he gets. I saw someone in the chat say if it's camera, that'll be the funniest. That would be the funniest outcome.
Oh, he also gets an item because we don't have shockwave in here.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I don't know if he has to go re-enter to check what the item is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Looks like we are doing that though. Cause
I hope that's how it works.
Yeah. Nah, I think she said potion. So
Yeah, she
probably
did.
know it's that. Oh, okay, we got it.
All right, so that is. Let's see.
It's a
It'll
Diddy.
probably be pop guns or rocket barrel.
Pop
Yeah.
guns. That's a good find.
Those are Diddy's 2 required items for fighting K. Rool, which I don't think we have a hint on. I know we saw Tiny and Chunky, I think, are required, but did you see a hint on the other K. Rool character?
No, I saw those two myself.
Yeah. So usually depending on what you get with your hints, if you haven't seen it super early, I usually assume that it's Donkey Kong because he doesn't require any items to fight K. Rool. But we never know. Again, if that's Way of the Horde, that could mean that it's Diddy. But a gun is a gun. It's useful to have anyway.
Yeah.
Especially with the switches all randomized.
K-Man also. Slim got grapes now too.
Yeah.
K-Man's back in the cave. Looking at my 2 least favorite levels on the screen right now.
Yeah, Fungi Forest is easily my least favorite level.
Yeah, I'm a bigger caves hater, but they're my 2 least favorite levels in this game, kinda. I don't know about you. I have sometimes I have trouble when you're climbing up the mushroom, seeing what's a gap in the platform. Because it kind of blends in with the wall.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. I feel like at this point I'm go,
Yeah.
jump.
Generally nowhere, but sometimes
Greg,
I'll
A, O.
I only saw the tail end of that run. I gotta go back and watch the rest.
They definitely are a little they're a little hard to see, just because they're the same color as the everything else. K-Man seems to be, in this sweep of caves, he's definitely looking for banana medals. We know that Chunky's was important in here.
Some of the banana medals, especially caves, are kind of require quite a bit to get.
Yeah, there's a big element of routing and knowledge in the DK64 randomizer is which items and in which ways can I like get a banana medal in this level right now. Because some of them you can get without any items. Some of them do require a gun or another move like equivalent with a certain Kong. And I mean, there are some things where the logic will not like put something you need to get a medal in a level beyond that, like the order of that level there. But it can still be tricky to route out for sure. But if you're stumped and you're playing a DK64 seed, I find that banana medals are a lot of the time a good place to kind of go back and retrace your steps, just because a lot of them are just kind of out there.
I remember having a lot of issues in an early seed because I didn't realize you were technically able to get Diddy's medal without Rocket Barrel.
Right. Yeah, you learn once you have a seed where you're like, what am I doing? And then you're like, oh, you can do that. And then, you never forget it after that. Yeah, so K-Man, I'm not sure what he went into caves there to look for. But he still does not have, I think it was barrel throwing that Slim got from the chunky metal in caves. So that is a big thing for him to be looking for at this point.
Also should be noted about medals in this. You only need 40 bananas to get them instead of 75 like usually. I feel like if I play like regular Donkey Kong 64 again, there's a lot I will just like, it'll just take me like a lot to remember just because of muscle memory at this point.
It's gonna be hard to go back to. That was my problem when I got into the randomizer, was being like, well, I can't do this yet because like just so used to how the normal game progression goes, which just is a lot more on rails. And even the stuff that's in logic in this, again, just because a lot of the game is sort of broken and then reformed to get the randomizer to just flow better and be better for playability like this, it was hard to adapt to it.
That said, I also think this because I played so much of this, if I did play the vanilla game again, I would do a lot better at it.
Yeah,
I know where everything is now as a result of this. I won't be like, where are some colored bananas for Chunky? Like, I'm just gonna know where they are.
To speak on the randomizer, the team or devs or whatever you want to call it of this randomizer really have put in gone above and beyond to make this as interesting and cool as it is. And I really again, of all the randomizers I've seen, and I don't play a ton of them, I think that this is easily one of the best ones.
It's so good.
Originally when it started out, it was just an entrance and loading zone rando. But to make it more like a Zelda randomizer or something like that, they eventually implemented items and all of these changes and all this interesting stuff. They really just make it very impressive. I think it's one of the best for sure. And even the cosmetic stuff, especially as you guys have been hearing on the stream, the custom music, of which there are thousands of custom music tracks.
Hundreds. There's hundreds.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Almost 1,000.
Not thousands. Over 1,000, though.
Over
Definitely
1,000,
over
yeah,
1,000.
yeah.
That's what I meant to say. One day there will be thousands if people keep playing this.
That's maybe my favorite part of this.
Yeah, the custom music is amazing. It is delightful.
Which I'm sure I don't think either of us can hear the custom music, sadly. about that.
It is super weird.
It's like weird. Like, what's with the disco lights going on
I'm
here?
not sure. They're partying in here.
Yeah. Do they both turn it to night when they got the forest? Cayman obviously has. I think there's just much more you can do at night in forest.
Yeah, I feel like it's when I'm just going around doing checks. Ooh, there's swinging, another one of the training moves for Slim. When I'm going around just doing forest checks, I usually like to have it as night because there are some freestanding ones you can do with night open, and not a ton that you need it specifically to be day to do like right off the bat.
Meanwhile, Cayman found instrument upgrade. Not what you
Love
want.
that, the homie.
Lets you use your instrument more times, of which I believe we still have none for either.
No, we don't.
But that does give you a melon. I think I can hear Cayman.
We can. I don't think the stream can.
Oh, okay. Cayman is thinking.
Yeah, he's pontificating.
Which I always do when I play this.
Cayman is consulting the ancients.
Anytime I am playing this, like, I'm sure people who've been in calls with me when I play this before have heard me like taking notes, like,
okay, well, that sucks.
Yeah, for a race, there's gonna be a lot of standing still to take notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's a very important part of this. Hints and notes, because it's Donkey Kong 64. The game has like 200 golden bananas. We don't got time to do all of that in a randomizer.
The way DK64's hints work is they work on something called multipath, which was not implemented until like a couple months ago, which makes it so that the one hint, which in the old version of the randomizer would point to like one thing, it'd be Way of the Horde or one key, or it wouldn't be like how it is now, where like one hint can point to multiple keys and a Way of the Horde and a K. Rool battle. But with that, at least to my knowledge, there's not a tracker that that does multi-path hints for hint tracking. So we're just writing notes, baby. We're out here jotting them down. Now I saw Slim get Diddy Kong there, which he needed barrel throwing to get, because that was down in the Japes cave, and you need to throw that rock before you can check that. So Cayman without that is still gonna be sort of at a disadvantage, but he's got a gun now. Yeah, so that's good too. So I feel like it's a little. I mean, I feel like maybe now I'd say Slim might be leading, but it's still, we're kind of diverging here. It's gonna really depend on how much the other one kind of ends up picking up on those things that they're missing that the other one has. It can. Now Slim can check this key, or get it. There's key 4. So Slim has all the Kongs except ol' Lanky.
Yep.
Cayman going back to Crystal Caves now.
I guess with Coconut, there's a couple checks. Right. Well, I guess not really, because you would still need bongos for most of Donkey Kong's checks.
Mm-hmm. And there, K-Man has barrels now.
Wonder if you can go back immediately, or if he'll try some other checks first.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, again, it's hard to know without, knowing it exactly, and also following both people. But
Yeah,
I'm not sure that's what he came in here for.
there's a lot of. There's two hands going on at the same time. It's tricky to keep track, but I believe there's hints for Hillside, but I'm not sure about the mines for Japes, so there were any hints for that yet.
Yeah, we definitely have a Hillside one. Which at this point will probably be... Let's see, because we have Mini Monkey and we got the bow. So I would imagine that would maybe be... Because we know... I think we know we need that for... I think it was K-Rool versus Chunky. So I'd imagine that might be a Chunky item. Though wasn't there a potion also in the Hillside area? Did Slim get that? Was that the bow?
There was one that was a lanky check.
Oh, okay.
Lanky time cage, which depending on whose gun is required to get into Ramby, they could do if they
right.
had
Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to do that check up there anyway.
Maybe one of the other cages was one too. I know the Donkey Kong one wasn't, but
If I have a moment, I want to announce a donation we just got. $10 from the one and only Andes Komeji, who said, "Hello? Is this thing on? I saw my son, Shoma, who's a massive Tiny Kong fan, watching this wonderful show tonight, and I just had to donate and show my support for my good friend Lanky Kong. Say it with me now. God of Potassium, Inti, Pachaka, Max."
Inti, Banana Max.
That's one extra golden banana for Slim Kirby to have to collect. So that brings him up to 66 to K-Man 67. Thank you, Andes Komeji. Shoma.
Andes Komeji would love Lanky Kong. I know that. I have that on good faith.
yeah.
From Kotaro Uchikoshi himself.
Oh, it looks like
Yeah, K-Man is definitely locking in now on that that pad. It seems like definitely he was really looking for that barrel throwing. Now that we've got it, he's making these paces that we saw Slim go through just a little bit.
it was metal, right? That got Diddy, not the actual underground.
Oh, was it?
I believe so, but
Okay.
I could be wrong. I just know he got underground, but I think he would still.
I would imagine he will still check that then still. Going for coins here.
Not a bad idea. Could be more bananas.
In this level, I'm actually not sure. I'm not with Chunky. Unless you can get into the Ramby area, I think you would need to go down into the cave there to get his banana medal.
Yes, you would need either
Or Hunky.
to be able to. You need Hunky and to get into the hive area, or you would need to get Ramby and also be able to. You would also need pineapples to shoot the banana or the balloons in the Ramby gated area in this cave.
Again, came in knowing that he wants to do that check behind the gate. He's going to go ahead and hit Tiny Switch in this area and then go do this.
good back and forth because Slim doesn't have. Oh, that's
Oh,
Slim.
there's Lanky. I would imagine Slim would have seen that too. Maybe
yeah,
he didn't
but
though.
I don't believe he has coconuts though, right?
Right. I figured it might have been something that he would have checked. Yeah, with coconuts, that definitely is big. Well, that was the requirement for the Switch, then there for Rambi.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
Because it
yeah,
could have been a different gun, right?
yeah, it could have been, but since it came in game here, I would that's what it was. Plus, you would need Donkey anyway to become Rambi. Does Cameo have all the Kongs now? He does, right?
He does.
Yes.
Okay, man. Opting to get up there a very interesting way. Up that slope that you normally would use a rank stand for.
Cameo seems to have a lot of good tech down. Are we gonna buy that? Gonna buy that pearl for Cranky Slim? Could be useful.
You normally, at least for me, if I see a pearl or the bean, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
If that's something like that's in a shop, yeah, better to have it and you never need it than to
Right.
need it and not have it. Ooh, could splat down under the water down in this room. That's a tricky one whenever they're under the water and also at a distance where the draw is gonna make it hard to see them.
Checking out. So.
Yep, so he's gonna grab Rocket Barrel here too.
I guess
I think he may also be trying to figure out how to get it, get the door to open. It's actually really funny.
It reminds me of in the Link to the Past randomizer, the Great Fairy, where you throw the stuff in the pond, you have to keep like going away and then coming back to be able to refresh it. It's funny that it's also
right.
a fairy. Came in showing off that the guns also have different degrees of power. Usually, if you want to shoot things, you want to use Chunky because there's Super Simmons.
Yeah.
But Chunky's gun is the most powerful. I believe Lanky's is the weakest, right?
I know I've based all of my playing of Donkey Kong 64 on knowing that Chunky is the most powerful, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, so that Super Simian Slam pickup is really useful because again, we know we will need that by the end of the game to you need that in the K. Rool fight in Chunky's version, which we know we need to do.
We're gonna be checking out the mine guarded game. Did we check James' boss? We did, right?
I think they've checked most of the available bosses, at least in the first couple levels.
Yeah.
I definitely have seen us go into the, like we were talking about there, the one on the cliffside that you'd normally swing to, but that you can also make that little jump to get in.
Which is actually in logic, so.
I
think
personally
got
was
something.
hoping we would fight a boss, and we might have to still,
could
but definitely it's not going to be one of these early ones.
Yeah. Well, if it's a later one, that just gives us more potential for like Dog 2 or something.
Let's go Doggadon 2!
The coolest fight in the game.
We know we need those chunky moves anyway.
Yeah.
It's on the way.
I've had to do Mad Jack in a few seeds. That's always funny.
Yeah.
Because that you just need twirl and slam, which you usually start with. Slam.
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
There's
Yeah.
diving, which is going to be usually super useful. That lets you get into a whole level, which is level 4.
Yes.
You cannot even access, regardless of what level it is, you can't access without diving. And then Strong Kong, while not the most useful move usually, is a nice pickup there too.
It's a couple checks you can get. Strong Kong is always like a thing I feel like I'm never excited to see, but I'm always dreading when I don't have it.
Right. There are definitely a couple where there's like a few checks that you know you need the thing for. You can't like kind of patch this over with sequence breaks or little things like that. And Strong Kong is definitely one of those.
I feel like that's Donkey Kong's moveset in general, though.
Yeah.
I'm never like, yo, Baboon Blast, but like,
Right.
I'm always so depressed when I need it.
Yeah. I mean, I learned recently that you can get through the Strong Kong check in Frantic Factory without that move. You can just tank the damage and just jump through there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Slim has got Link. I believe
Yep.
he has.
He's got all the Kongs now too.
It looked like it said potion for the minecart, so it looks like we're probably gonna get a reward for this.
Yeah.
And we know Hillside has something, so maybe this is it.
I think we'll see what this reward is, and I think around this hour mark, we've got all the Kongs. K-Man has all of the training moves. I think what we might do is pull our runners in here, one after the other, and see kind of what their head game is, or what's going on in their heads, where they're kind of at as far as where they're doing in the run. So probably do that. We'll see what K-Man gets here, and then we might start with bringing him in, I think. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Or, oh, you're right. Maybe K-Man didn't get vines. I'm sorry to toe file in the chat there.
What's that? Monkey. That's it. That's always a required item. Well, not in this Switch standard, though, actually. For myself.
Right. It could be Monkey Port, Baboon Blast, or Baboon Balloon to get up to Hideout Helm's area.
That's interesting. I've never done this. You look behind you in the minecart, you go faster, I guess. What's up with that in N64 games? You know, that's
I don't know. Hey, there's the camera. The coveted one.
Slim's on his way there too. So
Yep, looks like it.
feels pretty close.
Do we
I
want to
guess
think we're gonna bring K-Man in?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, me too. And we have a little something that we prepared. I think we could use this maybe to intro K-Man upon bringing him in. I think I might take it from the top on this one, and we'll make sure that we're ready. All right, so we're gonna hear from K-Man, see what he's thinking about the run so far. We'll bring him in the only way that Donkey Kong 64 knows how. He has no blueprints. He's way off pace. K-Man's about to lose the race. He has a rank stand, but it's always foolish. He missed Rocket Barrel. Not needed, he wish. Checking his notes for that one thing he missed. K-Man's chances of winning can be dismissed. Huh. All right, so we'll hopefully we will bring him in.
K-Man?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, K-Man.
So obviously, okay, I'm writing down hints, unfortunately, but I'm about to be done here with writing down hints.
Oh,
Um,
sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
it's totally
We'll
cool.
give you this first.
Okay. I don't know if you saw how disgusting of a location that Barrels was. I can
Yes.
describe how disgusting that is. In order for that to be in logic, you need punch and pineapple, which I have. I don't know what Slim has. But also for that logically to be required, you need Mini Monkey. You have no idea why you need Mini Monkey, except for the fact that the little bonus barrel requires Mini Monkey get in there to activate the warp so that Chunky can get in there for the balloon. I'm pretty sure that is a, like...
I love that we bring him in and he is ranting. He's coming in hot.
Well, it was a... Okay, obviously,
Yeah.
don't tell me anything about where Slim is, but, like, I'm either really far ahead or really far behind. I have no idea which.
We could definitely tell it was something you were needing, and running into levels, back and forth there for a little bit, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so now I don't really know, like, where I stand on the race, because it's very possible... I'm just thinking about, like, the competition. If I were Slim, like, you might go in there with Mini Monkey and then just deal with the balloon, and you might just stumble across it. I had to literally go through my notes to be like, how the heck, like, how do I progress the seed? And I have notes for, like, all the different combinations of items with all the, like, that all could get you to the banana medal limit. And oh my god, when I read it was punch, pineapples, and mini, I was, like, fuming. But I've gotten a bit of compensation as well. Like, that fairy camera is kind of in a weird position. I don't know if anyone would immediately get it. That being said, I have no idea if fairy camera's way of the horde. The very nice thing about getting fairy camera, though, is that it is probably, other than shops, it's one of the fastest ways to grab golden bananas.
Yeah, definitely it'll be useful to have just, in case, whether you see something you might need or just see bananas flying around in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Definitely easier than playing a bonus barrel or even necessarily sometimes going out of your way for a shot.
Not to mention, if fairies were just on their regular location still, it would have also been nice to have.
Yeah, I bet that's true.
We were really hoping that the fairy camera was behind the fairy door.
That would have been pretty funny.
That would have been really funny.
Where are you seeing yourself going now, K-Man? Where do you see yourself 10 minutes in the future?
10 minutes in the future, I'm hoping bongos, or not, I just got bongos, I'm sorry. I'm hoping vines is somewhere close in my future.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely need that to beat the seed. Okay. I totally thought that was an ice trap, but I decided to buy it anyway. So vines is the big one. I did just get bongos. So there's a couple of things in caves I can be doing here with bongos. Right. And right now it's just like, I also just got like all my Kongs.
Yes.
And the great thing is they're quick, or I got them pretty quick. So getting golden bananas is really quick. The only problem is there's a lot of checks now that vines can be on. Since vines has to be in the first 3 levels, we got all our Kongs in the first first 3 levels. So it can be on any Kong check. Whereas in other seeds, like sometimes, like you can narrow down which Kongs you need to search for something, but I don't really have that leisure right now.
Right. Without knowing Kongs are it beyond the first 3 levels, or knowing that we know that that's not how it is in this seed, you have a lot that's available for you to do or to check, and it's just figuring out which one is going to be good.
Yeah. Not to mention, I'm on the lookout for Featherbow. I think that's going to somehow lead to Tiny's medal in Japes, which I think is hinted. I might be wrong about that, but that's currently... Oh my god, actually, now that I mention it, now that I'm talking about this out loud, I did see a purple potion somewhere.
Interesting. Intriguing.
I feel like this is a common thing in all randomizers is never being able to find a bow.
Wait, what is it with randomizers and bows?
It's a link to the past, man. That's
Yeah. So I did write down in my notes that the lanky cage here has a purple potion, but the thing about notes is that there are two parts to it. Number one, you need to write the note down, and number two, you need to read the note. Wow,
pointed out how funny it is during a race. There's just a lot of standing still because you got to write down notes all the time.
Yeah. Standing still and think dancing we've seen from both competitors so far in the race.
The stream could hear you, but we could hear you going like talking to yourself while you're writing down notes at one point. And I'm like,
you could probably feel the steam coming out of my ears as my brain works in 120% overclock.
Both competitors were at 120%.
We're used to this, Rando. Like I said, anyone who's been in call with me when I've played this has heard me like timing away like.
Wait, no. Could that be?
No.
Oh, maybe it is.
Just check.
Well, that was not what I thought it was gonna be. Not what I was hoping for, really.
Could be helpful.
We never know. Did you check the pad?
The sax pad? No, I have not checked that yet. But I'm pretty sure I need Tiny's gun. I don't think this is enough up here to get her medal, and I think her medal's the only one that I haven't gotten anything on. But I'll quickly check this, and then there's some stuff I guess out in Isles I can do. But yeah, this is part of the problem of like just being on the vines hunt. I don't really want to leave the first 3 levels until I find vines. Simply because once you start getting a bunch of items from later levels, then you come back and like suddenly you're trying to sort out like which items did I get where and like which checks are actually available for vines, which ones aren't. So I'm gonna be doing like a deep dive. Oh, actually I do have enough for Tiny's medal. Why do I think I need feathers?
So, I'm trying to remember. I'm sure you've told me this before. So, those items are always in the first 3 levels. Does that, but can they require something from a later level to get it?
No, it cannot.
Mm-hmm.
You can ping pong between the first 3 levels, and you're guaranteed to. Well, all right, there we are. You're guaranteed to be able to come out with vines, diving, and barrels. And actually, with that, now I can kind of head on to level 4.
Yeah, there you go.
So I didn't say this in the beginning. I don't know if you've been paying attention to my music list.
I can't
A lot.
We aren't able to
That's
hear.
so unfortunate. A lot of it is curated. And I just gotta say, like, Factory is stacked.
Wow. We are. I'm sure the chat is very excited to hear that. Yeah, I know. I definitely brought it to Kingo. Originally, to K-Man today. Originally, we were gonna do our own. Kingo and I were gonna put together the list, but it proved to be a huge task, which K-Man just seemed to undertake anyway. Because the other night he was like, "Nah, I'm making a list."
Well, I feel like you guys were trying to put in a lot of like care and focus. Meanwhile, I was like, this song is funny. Where am I gonna throw it?
K-Man knew the funny songs he wanted in there, and wanted to throw them in, which is not a bad way to do it for sure. Yeah. Well, K-Man, definitely. It seems like you've, like you said, you've got a lot. Well, just getting vines is definitely a big thing for you, but you've got a lot to chew on and to figure out. So we don't want to take up too much of your time, but I wanted to see kind of where you were at in the run and what you were thinking.
I'm also reading all these Path to Chunky hints, and now I am really scared.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for giving us your time.
All right. Sounds good. Slow down, Slim, for me. Ask really stupid questions.
Oh. So, Slim, what does go mode mean to you?
What does it mean to you?
All
right. Good luck, K-Man.
All right, thanks.
With you.
Just a sec here. I gotta look up. All right.
Just gotta,
Oh, wait,
just gotta think about something.
Well, I'll give you
Yeah,
some boys
do a
some
little
time to
break
think,
here.
of questions for Slim. Before we bring him in, I do have a donation to read off here, from let me see, from 2000s kid anime theme song singer,
Ooh.
and they have to say, "So you want to be a master of Donkey Kong? Do you have the bananas needed to be done?" Thank you. They want K-Man to pick up one extra golden banana, so that puts him at 68 required.
that sound.
Eyes emoji. And they also had to say that Tiny Kong is the best playable Kong.
They knew the best Pokemon in Peru.
Yeah, I agree.
And just a reminder for everybody that remember that for every $10 you donate, you can add an extra golden banana for one of our runners to be required to pick up. They don't know they need that many. Like K-Man and Slim don't know that right now K-Man needs to collect 8 more than usual, and Slim needs to collect 6 more than usual. They'll only learn once they enter into the final level of the game, where they will promptly have to leave and go get some.
Well,
So
I mean, they can complete the level. It's just that they won't, because you fight the boss at on the aisle separately after you beat the level.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
They don't have to leave.
What they'll likely do is
right.
they'll go back and they'll
Yeah.
get some more.
So for every $10 you can make them collect more. And just a reminder that we've because we made our goal, we're gonna have 2 giveaways for a game of your choice, valued up to $60 on Amazon. The first that we're doing, we're starting in chat. If you've donated, you'll get an entry. And if you put the keyword donkey into chat, that's DONKEY, you'll get another entry, 1 in chat per person. So if you've already done it, you're good. So get that in, and then we'll be doing another giveaway at the end of the race. That one will be, you have to be in chat to win that particular contest. So get those donos in, guys. Let's see, we're just like $7 shy of 2,100, which would be fantastic. Let's smash that milestone and keep climbing.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
All right. Are we about to intro Slim here?
I think so. Slim, it doesn't seem like he's on the way to do hints or anything like that right now, so it seems like we are good.
All right. Now let's like Snack said before, let's intro him the way Donkey Kong 64 knows how to. Finally coming out of his cage. Better look out. It's Slim Key Rage. When the brain gets moving, it's always first gear, always ready to proclaim Pieces Game of the Year. He may not be the fastest, but still not a slacker. He can topple Cayman even without Banana Tracker.
Come on, Slimmo, take it to the fridge. No. Oh, there he is. Or there he is.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yo,
What's
what's
up,
going
Slim?
on, Slim?
Having a good race out there so far?
I think so. I'm kind of having like some issues. Like, just recently found I need like 30 bananas for like one of the levels, and I'm like trying to figure out like, okay, how do I route that in? Because I did get some hints for that level, and not so much the other ones. So it's like,
Right. Yeah, always a little bit trickier when you get a hint for, something that's much later down the road.
And I'm also very unsure because I'm not sure if like you guys caught it, but like I did find a banana fairy camera through a sequence break.
Yep.
And it was already after I messed up because I went inside the game with Chunky, and you can't jump in the minecart with Chunky, so I had to leave and come back just to get that, which is probably not even required, but it could help me get some bananas along the way. So I'm kind of hoping that might be an advantage of that at the very least.
It's worth checking.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean you have all the Kongs,
Yes, I do.
which is obviously a nice place to be in the run. What are you? we came in and instructed us to ask you what go mode means to you to try to slow you down, which we're not gonna do. But we are we are gonna ask what's in the mind of a Slim Kirby right now? Where are you thinking you might be heading next, or what your next move might be?
Well, like I said, I'm currently just trying to focus on getting some gold bananas right now, because I just
Right.
have a feeling that like what I'm looking for momentarily is just obviously I need the access to the last 2 levels, so I need to get that, and then I have some hints that are for these levels that I've just discovered. So it's like, okay, so I might need to play a little bit of catch up there, get gold bananas there, and then just kind of focus on the rest of what I have, just based on that, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, chase.
Go
chase
mode is
hints
still
and-
a ways away, though.
Right, definitely. Especially with the lack of items already on top
Oh,
of
yeah.
everything else.
I am very thankful, though, that we got the slam as early as we did compared
Yeah,
to
that
the
was
practice seed we did.
Oh man, yeah. I don't even think I saw the end of that one, but that practice scene was brutal. It was like 2 hours in with it. Was it without even the base slam, the green slam?
Yeah, not even the green one. So it was pretty brutal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. Well, if you, unless you have any, any de-stressing you want to do, any parts of the run that frustrated you or that were particularly annoying, or anything else to go
mainly
over?
just having to climb back the mine shaft again to do that. That's really the only major
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I felt like I kind of lucked out going to caves first, even though I only got Donkey Kong. It still
Mhm.
allowed me to kind of get some coins at the very least. So like I don't know 100% obviously if is going to benefit me or not, since K-Man clearly has like knowledge of a lot of tricks that I don't. So if that could be a way for me to like kind of hint that he could
Mhm.
probably use some more gold bananas, just if you want to give him some more, that'd be fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, well, you heard him, chat.
Yeah.
I'm sure whoever is in the lead will be, once we really start kind of shaking out who's, where
Yeah.
we're getting to the end, they will definitely get some additional bananas piled on them.
Yeah.
I also kind of unrelated, but I also thought it was funny, like seeing you try to figure out how to talk to the fairy queen again.
Right.
Yes.
I said, and you'll appreciate this, Slim. It made me think of A Link to the Past. Trying to talk to the fairy.
I know
again.
exactly where you're going with this, but go ahead.
Just trying to like talk to the fairy again, and like also in that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were kind of gonna use the blacksmith example where you have to
that
bring
works.
it back and then.
That's also true, where you have to leave for some reason. It's like, okay, now we'll make you.
Yeah. Now I'll leave. Now I'll get the item. Yeah. Pretty much.
But yeah, because every time you see someone like go to one of the fairies and Link to the Past, it's always like, all right, go back and then forward. And, nope,
Mhm.
I gotta go back further.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Anything else you got for us?
Yeah, well, we don't want to take up too much of your concentration or anything, but we definitely wanted to just check in and see what you were thinking or where you were going with everything.
I think I'm honestly good for now, but yeah, thanks for checking in. I guess I'll ask without knowing like any. There's no way I'll know like I'll be able to like mind work any of this, but like what are the like what's the total donation raised overall right now? Out of
Oh yeah.
curiosity.
We are.
I
Do you
can
have it? Yeah.
Cut
go ahead.
in. Slim, good news. We crushed our goal.
Yo.
And we are currently sitting at $2,000, $2,093.02. So we're just
Wow,
about
that's
$7 shy of 2,100.
That's great, guys. Thank you. Thanks to everyone for donating. Seriously, this has been a great marathon, and you guys are killing it with those donations. So thank you so much for everyone for donating for this. That means the world to all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, thank you so much,
we-
everybody.
We actually pretty early into the run beat the goal actually.
Yeah, it was like right at the beginning.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess if you're.
Well, we just wanted to say hi.
You're pondering.
Make sure you're eating well and
Eating well.
getting plenty of sleep.
Well, I guess I'll just say hi sis, hi Kingo, and Snack good D, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, all right. Bye, Slim.
Bye.
I like those guys.
Who were those guys?
Good question.
So we definitely everybody is muted again, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're seeing both runners are here in level 4, which is Frantic Factory. Just like Slim was saying, we've got his golden banana requirement. Came in, was headed here when we spoke with him. So I mean, this is a big level, a lot of stuff to check, especially now that they've got all the Kongs. So definitely makes sense that we're making the rounds here. Again, we saw some pickups of guitar. I caught there, which is definitely useful. Depending on how much we have to do an Angry Aztec, even specifically, because that opens up most of that whole level. We definitely got some other things as we were going there, but I mean, from where I'm standing, at least, it seems like the two of them are actually both pretty close. And it's probably just going to come down to, I guess how the second half shakes out, but also, whether one or two items, that might have been left here or there by one or the other how much those will end up coming into play.
Factory, I would say it's my favorite level. How about you, Snack?
I'm a big Creepy Castle fan, but I think it's either that one or this one. I just feel like they have the most going on and the most interesting, challenges and things like that.
Those are my top two. Pretty free, kind of. And we don't have to. In the randomizer, you don't have to spend like an hour here playing a game from the 80s.
So it would be funny.
Yeah, that would be. It would be hilarious if that were included.
I mean, an hour depending on skill.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't actually probably take an hour for any of us, but
I'm sure we're all kind of rusty on it,
I mean,
having not had to do it all the runs that we played of this game.
Also, when I was a kid, it took me years. So actual years.
Tough game for a kid.
Yeah.
DK64. I hope that because again, I think we will be, unless we're hearing from one of them, in which case we'll be hearing the other person's music. I think we forgot to mention that, but sorry if that got a little disorienting for the chat. But otherwise, I think we're hearing K-Man's music the whole time, so I hope that the chat is digging his apparently epic meme set of factory songs that he picked.
I think we're going back and forth on who's already.
Okay.
I know that's what they were doing in Link to the Past, also.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, if we're able to do that.
I do think the production room set piece is cool. I do get frustrated at it sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I do what Slim just did there, and fall off. And...
Right. As long as you make it to get the 4-pad activated, and you can get back and forth up there. I feel like that's usually it. Kind of, isn't too bad after that. But
entering Aztecs stuff here. Not much you can do here without guitar, but I think both of them have guitar, right?
Yeah, I watched them both pick it up. Yeah, and I think if we know that we need guitar, then definitely I think it makes sense why we're coming here.
If guitar is a hinted thing, every more than half of the level, I would say, is a candidate for that. You also would either Vines or Rock and Barrel, and we have both for both runners. So. Very interesting, in terms of how the logic works, to even for the game to even consider you able to enter this level, it believes you would need either Vines or Tiny and Ponytail Twirl also got
Yes.
an ammo belt. We love to see it.
Yeah, from what I understand, the excuse me, the logic can't differentiate on whether you have the setting where I think you can only take one hit before you die enabled. So nothing that would require you to nothing that you could damage boost through or just truck your way through is gonna be open in logic unless you have something to get over the pit, obviously. So yes, they would need the Ponytail Twirl, which would let you just fly over it, or the normal way, which is the vine swinging.
I feel like this dark room Slim is in, I feel like that frequently has something useful. I don't know what it is about that.
Yeah, always good to check. I mean, at any area, again, we have a sort of a meme about check density, where, where we're always like, check density, whenever there's 2 checks, even remotely kind of close to each other. But that room really does have check density.
Factory in general has a lot of
storage,
that.
yeah, storage and arcade area in general, there's a ton of checks that are all right here.
This is like the
These shops, you got the Kasplat, who's there normally. There's one. Chunky has the dirt patch and the check in the other room.
There's a Baboon Blast, which unlocks the arcade, which we should play. You know what? Can we too late to throw that?
I believe in Slim. Maybe he'll do it. Maybe he'll just do it.
Could you imagine?
Maybe he'll feel it himself.
Another spot that's really checked in is Foolish, as we saw earlier, the treasure room.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's
yeah, it's 5 checks in there.
Yeah, and then also the 2 mini games, and normally there's a splat in there too.
Yeah, you're right. The treasure chest in Gloomy Galleon has 5 items, and then the 2 bonus barrels and the Kasplat.
Tiny woman, man. I believe we've seen some hints about this place, so there's probably something.
Mm-hmm. Came in is going to peek this. And I learned, I think, that you can actually skip this whole little event here with a DK roll. So we might see him do that if he needs to do it. It looked like I couldn't see it, but it looks like maybe he did see it.
I don't.
Might have been a banana fairy. It looked like it might have got a sliver of that, but.
I guess he doesn't have Tron Angle either, so he can't do the thing even if
Right.
there was.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, unfortunately, they were saying, that having the super slam now is very good. Again, it will enable us to freely check some of these things in Aztec, which I think again came in able to go here, not needing anything really for at least that requirement. Definitely is a good time to come.
Seeing chat talk about some Chrono Trigger music. Lots of Chrono Trigger in this randomizer you can pick. God knows, we hear it all the time.
And they're all bangers.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it's Chrono Trigger. What are you gonna do? Pick a song and be like, "Oh, this one doesn't sound good."
Right. Well, I mean, huge props to anyone who is gonna kind of transpose any song into the DK64 sound font. But some of them definitely are, have more of the
Some of them have some
stank on them than others do, for sure. So K-Man got Orangutan Sprint there in Tiny Temple, and it seems as though he thinks that is his item that he needed, which is an interesting one to get for sure.
I have a couple of donations to read off
Sure.
real fast if we got time. We have $16.98 from Master Starman, who says, I don't know, I just wanted to eve up the dollar amount. I appreciate it. It was bugging me as well. Thank you.
Respectable.
And he wants K-Man to have to collect an extra golden banana, so that puts him at 69 golden bananas. Nice. I've got a $10 donation from Pearl, Splatoon, I assume, who says, and I don't speak Splatoonese. Is that the right word, Snack? Woomy?
I don't know if the language is named, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna, kind of just vibe it here. Again, this is from Pearl. Check it. As something of a sublime rhymer myself, I had to give props to those fire racer intros, but I noticed that the banana requirements are starting to get a bit unbalanced. Conclusion? Add another banana to Slim's tally.
Whoa.
So that's one more for Slim. I've got a $10 donation from Yo-Yo Yoshi. I love saying your name. Thank you, Bobo. And they had to say, I might be late, but I still wanted to get in on some of the fun and donate a little something to the cause. I hope everyone had a wonderful time at the Packed Game Marathon. Add a banana to K-Man, so that puts him at 70. Best playable Kong in DK64? Tiny Kong. So that's another vote for Tiny Kong.
Popular Kong
is now in the lead. And a $40 donation from Anonymous, who just had to say, any fans of the Noid in the chat? And they want 2 bananas for Slim and 2 bananas for K-Man. Thank you, Anonymous, for the generous donation, and thank you to Yo-Yo Yoshi, Pearl, and Master Starman for their donations as well.
Thanks, guys.
Yoshi,
Pearl, I would love an autograph. Please send one to me.
Yeah, please send that.
I saw there. I kind of bummed that he didn't do it. K-Man setting up. It looked like he was gonna jump off the rock and maybe ponytail twirl to the Kasplat up there on the cave's lobby check. I didn't know you could do that. we're not the experts here.
Yeah.
But he didn't need to do it because he checked what the Kasplat had. But
also, just to go back to the Pearl donation, I did want to say Slim and K-Man both wrote their own segment.
yes. Yeah, they wrote those. We simply
intros were
performed them.
Yeah. K-Man's was a little more self-deprecating. So
yeah. That's why K-Man's was about things in the run that didn't necessarily even have happened, but both great.
Top Cabin, which we also, I believe, know is Way of the Horde.
Yes, we do have a hint on that one, I remember. Looks like a lanky posh.
Oh, but I guess we can't get it. Oh, we would need spraying. That's
right.
What do we think it is? They have trombone, right?
Yeah, I saw them get trombone. And I know K-Man has sprint.
Does he have sprint or stand?
I thought he had sprint.
You're probably right, actually. Could also be balloon.
Yeah.
God, we just saw the the not lit up pad, you know, maybe that could
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got everything else for Lanky, so it has to be balloon, which is interesting. Again, not. I mean, I guess knowing that if it's balloon and if it is Way of the Horde, not a terrible thing to know, because there's not too many balloon checks.
Yeah.
We know it's not this, and I'm sure he peeped the balloon thing in factory, so could be. Could be in Creepy Castle. I feel like is the most likely candidate there.
It could also be the Beetle Race, right?
Yes. And I think that. Let's see. Well, I guess again I think if Sprint was also, then I would imagine it is, and I'd imagine maybe K-Man is gonna go there and sequence break that.
Yeah.
Considering you can get in there without balloon.
Mm-hmm. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, it looks like that's where he's headed right now.
Smart plays.
And you might as well check the
Yeah.
ice pumpkin first. Come on, right? I know I realized it for the first time when we were bringing the guys in, but we, just so you'll know, are probably a little bit on our end behind, just because we're seeing the run a different way. But if anything, I'm sure you realize that this happens with these kind of things. So if anything, it seemed a little off sync. That's just because of that. Let's see what it is.
No, golden banana.
All right, so I guess it isn't that then.
Nope.
Well, we may be off a little bit on what we thought was necessary. I hope that K-Man himself isn't. Because again, we checked that other balloon and sprint cabin, and there was a rainbow coin in there. So I think K-Man's thinking it may be this igloo check, which also requires that.
This barrel game is weird.
For the longest time, I didn't think about putting them back down on the ground, and then
Me neither.
instead of just like throwing them, because if you throw them, they break and then they reappear, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
It is weird. I mean, listen, a 10's a 10. Donkey Kong 64 is a 10 out of 10 video game. I would never deny that. I might call it a 9 just because of specifically having to go back to Fungi Forest to do the rabbit race again after you get sprint, but only because of that.
Yeah, that would be the only reason.
But listen, some of the barrels and some of the golden bananas, maybe not the greatest puzzles.
Yeah, for sure.
Even Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring have some filler content, so the other greats.
And this is.
And this is way better than those games. So.
Absolutely.
All right, so K-Man knows that this is also nothing as well.
Should just be like a little caption under. They unironically believe this.
They are not being sarcastic.
This isn't a bit. Assuming Slim opened that dirt pile and saw it was nothing, but didn't grab the item because he keeps going over it and bugging the heck out of me.
Yeah, I'm sure he checked it. Oh yeah.
One of them.
So K-Man, over his brief stint of checking balloon things, now back to Angry Aztec. Oh, and man, it's so hard to do this commentary and also keep in mind the things that they are different, like needing trombone to get into the back of Aztec and not guitar, actually.
Right. Looks like they both have that too. So they're making his way to attack.
Yep. We may see him go on a similar trajectory here that K-Man's just gone on if he checks the tiny temple.
He may not though if he doesn't have trunk. But he does have diving and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've also come to realize I hate a lot of the checks in this second Oasis area.
That you're gonna say, I hate this game.
After all we just said about it.
Just in talking about it now. Yeah, Oasis area is definitely an interesting area. There's like, I don't know. I always feel like I get here and I'm like, I can do like one thing actually.
Yeah. I always mess up getting on top of the tower when it's rising out of the ground. Five-door temple always is also like worrisome to think about because it feels like such a waste to go through all of them if you don't have to. But also, I don't know, some could just be in one of them.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's usually one of the more common locations for something to be.
Chunky's is like 3 checks in it, right? A lot of check density in the chunky.
Yeah, the chunky 5-door temple is a shining example of popping off over check density.
If you're like, I know I gotta go to one of these chambers, and you want to go to the chunky one.
His has a dirt patch, a Kasplat, and his not regular banana in there.
Okay, go up to that lanky cave just to find a melon. Tragic. This one gets sprint.
I don't remember if I saw K-Man check the vulture shooting in here. Maybe he did. Maybe he did it first.
Maybe. I feel like the llama temple feels like there'd be a lot of check density, but it feels like there's really like just more like this opens up a thing somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a lot of kind of on the way stuff. Though I mean, like again, like like this thing here. There's this time I guess there wouldn't be, but there's a Kasplat and then the banana back there.
That's true, I guess.
Definitely worth going into. Even though I think another, I think I've seen it maybe once, but another one that to me I feel like just nothing is ever on is the lanky sound matching mini game thing in the back.
Can I check the boss yet? just knows some got enough bananas for it. I'm like really wanting a boss fight.
We're clamoring for that boss. I don't think either of them have in this level. All right, came in choosing to power through here without strong con. Or I guess he I guess he does he not have it? Maybe I missed something on that. I thought I saw one of them get it. But either way, not a terrible thing to do. And that will be gone.
That's a good find. Although maybe less good in Switch Stand. Normally it's required because you need it to get into Helm.
Right, that'd be a big pickup for sure.
Could be many things. Speaking of the 5-door, Tim, looks like Slim's in the area. Is he gonna?
Ooh, there's
there's
a
a
sneaky,
Splat
sneaky
Yeah.
splat back there.
Oh God, I wonder if in this.
Oh wow! Oh my God!
Whoa.
That's big. No, I don't think we've. If he did, I missed it. I don't think I saw K-Man go back there at all. But that is that again. We know Slim knows. Slim is pretty good at the random Kasplat locations, according to him at least. And K-Man seems to think that was sort of going to be maybe more on the playing field, because K-Man has a lot of experience with just the logic and routing of this game and has done a bunch of runs of it. And it's possible that could end up being an important thing with Hunky Chunky, an item we know that we'll need, just tucked away back there where there's normally a instrument refill item.
I wonder if that means the Splat we said could be in Chunky chamber in here, could be in any of the chambers, or none of them. God, that stresses me out just thinking about it. Oh God.
But it looks like he is gonna head back there, and does see it also.
Alright.
Just while he was picking up banana medals. So crisis averted.
Knowing we gotta fight K-Rool with Chunky, Hunky is absolutely
Yeah,
required
that
item.
is definitely a required item. Oh, and there's the shockwave. So I think we were again. It's there's a lot of different settings that have gone into this. So I think we maybe were wondering why we had run over some dirt pads earlier, and it's because they didn't have the shockwave item yet, which again you normally start the whole run with.
That's all.
So that I mean that's a big pickup. A lot of a lot of checks, even if they end up just as golden bananas that are just littered about levels, are things you can use the shockwave to get, just because it opens all these dirt patches.
That's a big pickup, then.
Yeah.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Oh, it's your favorite Batty Barrel Bandit.
I love this minigame. I can never even the slow one I mess up at constantly. K-Man showing it off there. Perfect example. Batty Barrel Bandit sucks. It's the low key woat.
I'm pretty good at Batty
It's
Barrel
the
Bandit.
low
actually.
key woat. You're good at this one, and I consider myself pretty good at Minecart Mayhem.
Oh,
Of the ones that are
Minecart
pretty
Mayhem.
tough from the original.
That's
normal
not in
setting.
the random.
That's not in the randomizer.
You know what it is, and I think it's another one of the woats, is Busy barrel barrage. Oh,
Yeah, Big Bug Bash messes me up on this sometimes. Not always, but sometimes you have to get into that flow state. Yeah, Busy Barrel Barrage, depending on which Kong you're gonna use, like which Kong you have with the gun that is gonna play that, can be tough for sure. Donkey Kong 64 Randomizer has invented one diabolical bonus game, which is it uses the coins from Stash Snatch, but all of the enemies are the security guard enemy, which we've seen a couple times here, who sort of is like the true kind of boss of DK64 Rando. He's a notorious iconic character, who when he catches you is an instant failure state and like go back to the beginning. So that one makes you have to run around the little maze and collect coins and do the stealthy Snoop version as well, which has the security guards.
Welcome to bonus
that's
stage.
so
That one is very tricky.
I think it's funny that like they know like the Rando logo has like a bunch of the enemies you see all the time in the Rando that you normally never see. Like the really cool fireball with the sunglasses.
those awesome fireball guys.
It makes me think of like the meme, like the Spider-Man me and the boys hanging out.
Yeah.
It's like the security guard and the fireball.
Yellow beaver, the red claptrap, the
Yeah.
security guard, and the cool fireball.
The homies.
Those are the homies.
The homies. I don't think I've ever thought to shoot down the bees in this version of.
Yeah, this I also really don't like this bonus game either,
I agree.
and it messes me up a lot too. It just came in, they're rolling into the security guard enemy guy. It takes him right out of the whole level, the entire level.
Imagine if you didn't get the bonus barrel there.
Yeah.
You had to trek all the way back to the.
Yeah, once you have a gun or an instrument or something like that, those guys are you know, unless they get the jump on you, those guys are pretty all right.
Which they do.
But early on, everyone who plays DK64 Rando early on into a run has come up on an area where they're like, man, I'm just gonna have to juke this guy out.
Sometimes you're just like, yep, just walking by
Yeah.
inconspicuously, and then just you go in a door and he's like, nah, I'm here.
Right. I always say that the location that I feel like I see most often that annoys me with those guys is the hallways in the castle rooms.
Oh yeah, that's a really bad.
Just because it's such a tight space and it's just so annoying to get past them there. So K-Man picked up, was that Rocket Barrel?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
we erroneously said they had it before, but
Yeah,
we forgot they had got peanuts at the fairy aisle.
Yes, yeah, we were wrong about that. I did too. I think I saw the red potion, and maybe we were just talking about something else. But yeah, with Peanuts and Rocket Barrel, that will be if they need to do Diddy for K Rool, which I don't think we even know.
Unless we get hints otherwise, I'm assuming it's DK Tiny Chunk.
Yeah, likely. Though I mean, well, I feel like they would have got a hint that unless they didn't have any, there aren't any key hints that would go to that. In which case, it could still be Diddy. Because the key hint would show that it was K Rool versus Diddy 2.
Yeah.
I just want to cut in. So it seemed like my own novice analysis. So it seemed like they both got the ground slam move, right, where you can do the dirt patches.
Yes.
But Slim decided to stay in Aztec. But it looks like K-Man decided, okay, I'm gonna go back and like start hitting some of those patches, which seemingly has been the right call.
Mm-hmm.
Is that's accurate?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think.
Like he definitely will need the rocket barrel boost, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he will end up needing it or not, but I mean, it's a good thing
It's
to have.
possible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if there's something else Slim is chasing in here, or if he's just kind of trying to you know, be a little thorough right now and just round some stuff up.
It always feels so bad if you, like, you know, just leave some things unattended and then later you find out you really needed them.
Mm-hmm.
And now in Creepy Castle, your favorite level.
Yeah. I'm always a sucker for the spooky theme levels in these games.
I mean, I appreciate that aesthetic too.
Yeah, the chat is asking. K-Man, they both got Hunky Chunky. Slim got it first, but K-Man then went and also got it.
Yes. Looking, judging by the chat, I'm assuming K-Man put on.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
We had it on the list that we were making too.
Yeah.
Definitely, easily possibly the best song in the whole randomizer.
It's such a good one.
And all the ones that use the DK rap sound clips, I'm just such a sucker for.
I'm not sure if we heard it yet, but shoutouts to Iwatodai Dorms.
Yeah, that's One Winged Angel's on here.
Slim found out.
Yeah, Slim has Triangle.
Can you grab that? I don't think he did.
I don't think so. So this is I think Slim went into, and he just went into the one that got the slam, I think. All right, there's Feather Bow. So I think that would have been our sprint check there. We know we needed sprint for something from what I remember. And we know we'll need Feather Bow because you need that for Tiny to fight K. Rool.
You can do that phase.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Logic.
That's true.
I don't think
No, it definitely wouldn't be, but you can do it.
there have been times when I some of my choices when we were trying to make the list were inspired by things that I got in Rando and were like, oh, this rules.
Sometimes the randomizer makes Kino. Sometimes it makes Peak. And there are all kinds of potions here in the five-door temple also.
Yeah, this is a oh.
Now we saw K-Man do this one. This was maybe, was this an upgrade or something?
Maybe.
Or maybe this was oranges. I know it wasn't something important. I think this is a really cool area that K-Man's in right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool, like, the underground sections in Castle are just really cool in general.
Mm-hmm.
Really liking this blue skybox we got for Castle 2.
Yeah, that was oranges.
Yeah.
So Slim is also leaving Aztec now. He's probably also going to head for... well, where is he going? What do we think he's thinking? Going back to Japes. Oh, I guess he's going to get this check.
Oh, as well. It's a quick one.
Yeah.
It's a medal, which is useless in this run. Should have skipped that parrot.
K-Man is using Madame Wario's favorite ability, Rocket Barrel Boost. Now there's Spring, so that'll be useful for that Diddy Cabin. So that's a big pickup.
That's a good,
really big pickup, actually.
And that's always such a like, I need to remember that location.
Yeah.
Do the behind Snide dirt pile.
Yeah, I forget that one. I would in Creepy Castle, that would not have been my first thought. Would be beeline up there and check the Snide dirt pile, but I guess we got Shockwave. So Oh no, we got a hint for that actually. I'm sorry. I remember seeing that one. Dirt pile at the top of castle. There, that was hinted.
Okay. I might that one.
So they're good. Came in chasing a Way of the Horde hint there.
Makes sense. There you can see the red switches there because this is level 7. Another checked-in area.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
Workshop area or storage
sheds.
shed.
You got this with Chunky, which is really quick. There's the Tiny Trash, which is also quick, and then you got the Lakey Hedge Mage, which also has an arena.
So Slim, we see picking up the Super Simian Slam there. So he's got the ability to check the Strong Con check in Aztec. Right? So not too far behind though. K-Man right now definitely is in the lead. But I mean, you, the chat, really has the say in that.
That's true.
3 golden bananas more than Slim. I don't know. That might not do it, depending on how K-Man goes. But
it would be so.
I don't know.
Up.
10 more, mate.
It'd be just so messed up if someone.
I'm just saying. Just stating the facts here.
I mean, maybe a more ruthless chat might pull that off. I don't know.
Maybe a cooler, handsomer, more attractive chat. And I don't mean to belittle the donations we've had so far.
Really
it's amazing we've met the goal. Thank you guys so much. We're just saying,
We're just saying, like.
If you want to sit in the back of the bus with us, you throw some more golden bananas up on there.
Man, I thought I was gonna have to come in and be like the bad cop. You guys need to get some donos in, otherwise. Should have just left it up to you two. All right. I do agree, though. A more handsome chat would donate more.
But I mean, you've been pretty handsome so far. We did beat the goal.
Oh, we've had a handsome time today, but
Pretty handsome. Laughing at these fireballs and sunglasses.
they're so cool.
You see them in one spot ever in the vanilla game. They're trying to kill a rabbit in the most gruesome way.
It is. You walk in on that. That's just happening. What did he do? What did the rabbit do to deserve it?
He is tied to a TNT barrel, and they are fires, and they are willing to give their lives up and explode on the barrel just to make it burn faster.
He would have died had you not appeared in that moment. That would have only gone on for another minute or so longer.
It doesn't take a lot of them to light it either. Like, it goes fast.
And I'm sure there's two sides to the story.
I mean, in the chat, it's being pointed out that the rabbit himself has committed a number of heinous acts. Like he's not innocent, but
No,
I just don't know what he did to the fireball.
He is the famous rabbit from the infamous rabbit race in this game.
Yes.
So, same guy. Of course, you might see that first because you got to go to caves to get sprint for some reason. Although you'll probably check that first if you don't know the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress. Ponytail twirl, not usually required. Could be though.
Nice to have.
It's always a good movement option for Tiny. Just feels good to have. It makes her feel so much better, like playing as her. You just have that. And
Well,
also,
just like the old saying goes, Mirakun, belittling works. We got a $20 donation from Zebra. Says, did somebody say handsome? Yeah, looking good, buddy. And that's one more banana for Slim and K-Man. Zebra.
It looks like Slim is kind of running around checking lobbies, you know, maybe doing some cleanup. K-Man just got the bean, which we love. We know bean is required thanks to the settings we picked, so that was a big pickup. I think that looked like a banana medal, I think.
I fall off that drawbridge in Creepy Castle all the time because I try to rush it.
Me too.
Like, no, I mean, it's been up for a while, but it's not gonna go down when I try to
Nah,
cross.
yeah, I got this.
It always does.
I got another donation from for $12.22 from donor named Dole. I assume in like the bananas.
Makes
Will?
sense.
Their comment: eat bananas. And that's another banana for K-Man to pick up.
How will Chiquita respond to this information? The ball's
Thank
in
you,
your
Dole.
court, Chiquita.
You know, maybe Dole just better banana bread. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you know, I thought they were fine, but they didn't donate. What are we gonna do? You know, what do you want me to say?
I mean, personally, me, I don't have a problem with them, but heard some things. I'm just saying. So we're thinking we might, before we get too close to the end of the run, bring our competitors back in here. Briefly, I think we'll do K-Man first. We don't have another hilarious, inspired bit like the first time, but it'll still be worth to check in before we get too close to the end. So I think we'll do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, what's this? Do I hear some more announcers here?
Ruh-roh, you're back on the hot seat,
Uh-oh.
K-Man.
I'm back on the hot seat.
It's been about an hour, and we can tell you're chasing down here. But we wanted to hear from you before we get too close to the end.
Okay. And by that you mean Slim's already at K. Rool and you're just waiting for me to finish?
Didn't say it. Didn't say that, but possible. Not gonna deny it, but not gonna confirm it either.
I'm actually feeling pretty good. Because I think all I'm missing is Chimpy Charge. And I'm a little afraid of why we need Aztec Lobby 1. I'm also missing Key 7, but I'm almost certain.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think you had the last key, but
It's in
I didn't miss it.
I assume it's just in the shop. You hardly ever
Yeah.
see like a shops are the path to one key without it just being that key.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, between that Chimpy charge for the Aztec lobby, but I have no idea what can be in the Aztec lobby, to be honest. It could be a helm instrument. Unfortunately, we don't know the helm
Yes.
order. I forgot medals are needed here. So I think hopefully Chimpy charge shows up maybe on the medals here, because path key 8 would be my only guess. And then hit the shops for key 7, get the final instrument, and hope we don't need a 5th instrument.
I mean,
but
you always
never
got your
know.
you always got your instrument hints at least.
That's true. So, yeah, things are winding down over here. The only thing I have to figure out is whose medal this is. I don't think there are any medals that I can't get right now. With the items that I have. So I'm just gonna be like hunting color bananas here. And then hopefully things are good.
Yeah, hoping, chase the last hints that get get your medal here. Hopefully the path is beneficial, or hopefully the path is kind to you.
Didn't want to do canon game? Come on,
Wanna
it's the funnest check of all
do-
time.
Look,
Come on,
I know Slim's about to call time at any moment here, so you don't need
Is
to
this-
waste some time with canon game.
Cayman is the thing of it. Cayman over here on this time. The races he's done before have he's both been allowed to shoot his psychic attacks at his opponent, and in this race, he's just confined in a wall of his own psychic abilities.
I can only attack myself. There are no other targets.
Well, I had to. I was just saying that because I actually yesterday played a seed to warm up for the race, and I had to do. I had a wave the horde hint on canon game. I was like,
I
I
don't
don't
know
like
if I know what that looks like.
yeah. Well, I was a little surprised too. Actually, I don't know.
Didn't want to do DK
I feel
Arcade,
like-
Cayman?
Oh my god.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I'm gonna have to look over the chunky path hints for a while, cause like oh, there's our cause I feel like there are a lot more path to chunky hints that were solo that made me dread. But then like I looked after I left Aztec, I'm like, wait, I have
Oh, nice.
all the chunky moves. Like, there's no issue here. So I'm a little confused if I skipped logic somewhere and I didn't like realize it.
So,
Hmm.
what do you need left for go mode? Do you think?
Well, so the only real thing that I know of for a fact is key 7. I got balloon, which I need to get to the upper creme aisle. Key 7, I have no idea what the second entrance item is at this point. Actually, I should just buy all these because let's be honest, I got like 30 golden bananas to collect after Helm. So it's potential there's an item there, although like outside of Gorillagon, grab, charge, those are like the 3 moves outside of instruments that could be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that the Aztec lobby barrel has to be an instrument, and then I just have to check to see like if I'm super unlucky, it's like the last instrument that wasn't at the Aztec lobby, in which case I'll just take that hint, try and figure out where to go. Otherwise, I do think I might be in go mode. We got
Yeah,
Bean.
You're definitely getting close. We saw you get the bean. That was exciting.
Yeah. Got Bean, got Vines. Yeah, so it all just depends on the instruments needed for Helm. And I like the phases are tiny, which I was thinking about doing oranges because I was like, where the heck are feathers? But we did find feathers. I think I'll do oranges anyway. And then Chunky, which we got the slam upgrade, we got punch, gun, hunky. And my guess is that the last phase is probably DK, because at this point, if it's not hinted, it's just super unlikely to be like Lanky or Diddy, even though we do have everything for them. Oh, it can't be Diddy because otherwise his hints would have shown up for Rocket Barrel there. Oh, I already got Tiny's medal. I'm just checking shops at this point. Checking shops and gabbing with my 2 best buddies.
My 2 favorite boys.
Hey, man.
Oh my
And
God.
John
And
Adams.
Sid.
But Ludge.
All right. Well, we wanted a quick pop in again because we know, you know, on your end, it looks like you're getting there for sure.
Yeah.
you
While
know,
on
so we wanted to make
Slim's
sure
end,
we
he's
were
on the
thinking-
final round of K Rule.
I will neither confirm nor deny this information. He might be in the middle of fighting K. Rool right now, but we just wanted to hear your voice.
Hey, since I haven't been in the commentators box for, you know, the whole race, did we ever address that we were going to like do a rap intro?
we did him. We did him.
Okay, good,
we
good.
did him before we brought you guys in for the first
Okay.
round of talking.
That's good, because whoever wrote my rap lyrics, I didn't hear them, but like I assume they. Oh, I heard with Blanky. I assume they were really fire, and like maybe they should get a contract. I don't know.
Well, we had a donation from Pearl Splatoon, and we know that she's an accomplished rapper, so maybe we can make something happen there.
Yeah, give me a record deal on Pearl Publishing.
Okay, man, bringing him in to find out where he's at in the run, and letting him go, requesting a record deal.
Honestly, what else would happen?
Yeah, I feel like we did the raps justice. I think it was good. We were
Well,
originally
good.
planning to do those in the beginning, and then we were all just awkward and didn't know how to start the
We
didn't
were
know how
all
to start the
sitting in
vlog.
the room with no cue whatsoever.
My
no one
computer
taking
my
lead.
computer crashed the minute I jumped into the Discord call. So
I was like, oh jeez, talking my caller on my own.
it's gonna be one of these kind of runs.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll let you get back to it.
Yeah, we'll go
All right.
see what Slim thinks about the credits and you know, see how we go from here.
All right.
Bye, K-Man.
Bye.
Funny guy.
Classic guy. Love that guy.
All right, I've got a couple of donos to read off here.
How handsome
couple of-
is the chat?
A couple of game-changing
Oh, the chat's looking
donos.
so good lately.
Ooh.
First one is a $50 donation
Mm.
from Chiquita,
Oh my god!
They were
clapping
The
back,
response! The clap!
and they had to say, Chiquitas are delicious and they're very nutritious. A Chiquita a day is great for your health. So load on up on your Chiquitas. Almost a meal in itself. Also, all to K-Man.
Oh
that's
my god!
5 more
Five
golden
bananas!
bananas for K-Man to pick up from Chiquita. Yikes. Both Chiquita and Dole putting their bananas on K-Man.
the K-Man must have done something to,
That's
you know,
rough.
mess with the
Um,
banana companies. There's some dark backstory going on here we don't know about.
Now I got 2 donations here. I think from the same person. Maybe she got a little confused.
No.
So just bear with me here. The first one is for $18. Donor name Escargot Express.
Oh no! Come on, man.
Hey, big bro. Remember when I went to the zoo for school and I got to play with all those monkeys? I got to eat so many bananas. Dad had to come pick me up, and mom made me take a flea bath with Colby for weeks. I like Diddy Kong. Thank you, Tracy
Thank
from
you,
Escargot
Tracy.
Express.
Thank you, Earthbound Tracy.
I
They
also-
want Tracy wants that one banana to be given to Slim. But then I got another message, also from Tracy, Escargot Express. Says, "Hi, I'm Tracy from Escargot Express. My dad said, and my big bro, that we should sponsor a racer. So I'm gonna pick Slim, and I like Tiny Kong. And so and that K-Man guy gets a big stinky banana, and I got an 83 on my spelling test today. Okay,
Oh.
bye."
Good job, Tracy.
She wrote these minutes apart. She didn't. She reminds me.
Yeah.
She posted one and she forgot what she posted, so she made another one.
Yeah, so thank
She
you,
realized she had more.
Tracy. And thank you to Kevin. Those are presumably his money that he sent to Tracy that she's now spending.
Kevin, she knows his PIN number for the ATM.
Yeah, so that was another. That second message was another banana for K-Man. So that was like 6 for K-Man and 1 for Slim from that trio.
Yeah, so I think we will. So K-Man he has just hit the banana cutoff, but because those donations were in, I would imagine we'll count those and we'll cut him off here. So maybe we'll bring him in quickly, let him know, and then we'll bring Slim in and hear from him.
Are we telling him in here, or are we just messaging him in?
Oh, let me make sure. I think we wanted him in here just to get his reaction. So we bring him back. I think Odin is ready for that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Hey, K-Man.
Hi.
A little Tracy told us you were in Hideout Helm.
I am currently in Hideout Helm, doing the bonus barrels. I also seem to be in go mode, so that's good.
Yeah, looks great for you. We got your banana requirement here.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, you want to know? You want to know what it is?
Okay.
All right. So before going to K. Rool and beating the game, you have to have 80 golden bananas.
Okay. Well, the great thing is I can turn in blueprints.
Yeah, you look. I think you're. Are you above 60 now? I think you were.
So I'm at 72, and I have more blueprints than I can count.
All right, so we got a blueprint trip away before K-Man is ready to go ahead.
Oh, man.
The chat is just so handsome for making it happen.
Thank you, chat. All right, well, he's already back in. Okay. Well, K-Man's pretty close. Do we...
Bring in Slim to...
Yeah, I mean, it'll take him a little bit, so we could always... we can still hear from him. Yo, Salim.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up? We're bringing you in. Again, been over an hour since we talked last. Wanted to see where you were, how you were feeling about the run, or where your head's at with it.
Little rattled by that very late super slam.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of actually spaced that, like, it's like, oh right, I needed that for Aztec World 5, but I eventually got it. I'm a little worried just knowing what K-Man can do, because
The limits of
had
his power.
P5 way before I did.
Mm.
Knowing him, but yeah. Also very mystified to why Chunky couldn't primate punch a treasure chest.
Yeah, I was watching that too.
Yeah, I was...
What was up with that?
I have no idea.
Is it possible that's sometimes just if that's not a check, it just won't happen, or?
Well, the thing is, there was like a there was like a splat under it too.
Huh.
So I wonder if that maybe messed it up.
Maybe.
But like that happened in the practice race earlier this week that we had, and that didn't seem to be an issue. So I don't know why.
Interesting. That's so weird.
Also, just be sure to check out my banana number in a minute.
Oh yeah, here we go. Nice.
No.
All right, yeah. I mean, we really just wanted to kind of check in, see if you were, had an idea on kind of what you're still looking for, or where you think you're going from here, or anything.
I feel like I still need a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I posed to K-Man the question, what do you think you need for go mode still?
Yeah.
Oh man, well, I still need the bean. I still have not located that yet, but I also have like a another level to even like get hints for and also just look through. So there's that. I know I need Baboon Balloon, which I think I know where that is because I think I have all the other lanky moves. So I think it's just in that cabin that I saw it in. Need feathers because I believe we have Tiny K Rule fight. I think I have all Chunky's items. I'm good there. I haven't seen any other K Rule fights, so we could have DK.
One would hope.
Yeah, it's kind of where I am right now, I guess. Just trying to find what else I need. I know I just got the last key, so that's something. So I also need Spring to get the balloon as well, so I'll need to find that somewhere. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm just trying to remember where I can get tiny bananas, because again, her metal's like kind of weird in this level. I know that much.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I got that.
Well, you definitely, without giving any information away about where anyone is in the race, K-Man comes in here always ranting at us.
Oh, I mean, that's clear. That's what he always does.
And for you, at least, we definitely appreciate the cool demeanor.
I mean, there's nothing to get, like, bent out of shape about this rando. There's just so many different locations and things where anything can be.
Hey, there you go. Now he's working.
Yeah, just a pearl, though, so, like,
Yeah.
who cares?
A floating pearl in the sky.
Yeah,
well, because you're still chasing things and, you know, you're still working on some major items and checks, we don't want to take up too much of your time, but we just wanted to get a check-in and say my two favorite boys.
Well, I appreciate the check-in. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
I say that every time.
What?
I like those guys.
I like those guys.
I say that every time.
Great group of guys.
Looks like Kane done with him.
Yeah, so K-Man has finished Hideout Helm. Again, he followed, like we were, you know, just like he said, he got the best ending with what he was going for. Chimpy Charge went right to the things that he needed to get Helm ready. And now with this done, he can go turn in his blueprints. He can go fight the boss. And I think no matter what, he'll be, you know, even if, you know, we assume definitely that DK is the third fight, but I think even without that, he would be able to beat any of the other K-Rool phases too, so. Definitely is pretty locked in. There's that bean door that we love.
Chat seems to be popping off for K-Man's post-Helm song.
Yeah, I gotta watch the whole run back just to see what picks. It sounded like some of the creepy castle picks were picks that we had put in too. But I mean, you know, I guess it's a lot of the spooky game music you put in that level. But
It was the escape.
oh yeah, that is a good one actually. For that, you know, for what goes on in that level.
I believe I also just heard that K-Man has the Spyro 2.
Yeah, that's a classic one in this. I definitely have had that one on, like, you know, Banana Metal or something like that, where it's like, you know, it's the equivalent of all treasure. And there is K-Man's 80th banana.
I've never noticed. Lanky Kong is like B-Boy stanced up in this night show.
Oh yeah. all of the Kongs really have such aggressive, like, 90s attitude. Like, you don't think of them as like the most that, but like they really are. Like, look at Diddy. They're always like, what you got? What you got, Snide? Like they're always, you know, posting.
Odin echoing my thoughts. I'm like,
Yeah, we told him he needed 80. I'm not sure what.
I
Maybe
think he's probably like, I just needed some insurance just in case they put more, but we closed it off.
Yeah, he should.
On
Well,
him.
maybe I don't know. He just wanted to turn the. Maybe he didn't remember how many he had.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he was doing there, but fortunately, it's not so neck and neck that that's gonna be the thing. And honestly, to give props to Slim, Slim is running through that same path that K-Man did. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have the bean.
yeah.
So it's still something that he would need to find, and that was, again, I'm not sure if that was hinted or that I don't remember, but you know, that's definitely going to be what keeps it from being a lot closer here for sure.
Remember where the bean was?
Yeah, the bean was on, I believe it was a banana metal check in Creepy Castle. It was a banana metal somewhere. I
Has
saw him
Slim
get it.
been there yet?
No.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think so.
Or, no. What was it? Creepy Castle was, it was on a banana metal. So I think it was in that level. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure the chat, you know, I think when we were maybe talking, oh, no, we weren't talking to him. We were probably talking about something stupid when that was happening, but K-Man definitely has it and Slim doesn't have it yet. Yeah, Diddy Castle metal.
Tiny Claw versus Roll, one of the hardest fights in the game, I'd say.
Definitely, I think, is the trickiest K-Rool fight.
Yeah. I go, if I have to do this without 3 mountains, I would kill it.
I think again, like having played as many randomizer seeds, or like having as much experience as we now have with it,
Yeah.
I usually feel pretty good about doing it without. But because the you know, the foot battle segment is a little bit more forgiving too. But even then, you know, a couple mistakes and you're like, I'm a little worried. Here K-Man is showing off the fighting this again. You're supposed to use Tiny's gun for this, which he has, but he wants to do it the cool way, I guess. So he's gonna show us the orange's way.
Did they do any of the like normal world boss fights?
No, there were no bosses in this one.
I really wanted them to.
Yeah,
I
we
feel
were
like
hoping.
I always see King cut out.
King, yeah, I mean, yeah. It's, if you have to do one, that's the one that you'll it's either that or Puff Toss, which is the boat one that you'll most likely do. So. But no bosses this time. Again, each boss is just one item check, so you know it's not super likely. But...
Right. Really hoping for that Naga too.
Well, maybe if there's a DK64 rando next time we're at an SGM, there will be.
Even glazing past how gross this fight is, he's like it's pretty talented to be able to move your toes individually. Like
Every inch of his body is an attack. Could you do this with your toes?
No.
K-Man is getting pretty low on health there.
It's tough fight.
K-Man.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Oh.
K-Man.
Oh my! Wow.
All right. Well, did you see him there, Pot? He was.
He was
What was going through his head there? Well, like, he doesn't have to redo the DK phase because unfortunately that, you know, the randomizer is nice and that's how the K-roll phases work in this. But again, if it was a little closer, that definitely would have set him back. And I'm judging him a little bit. I'm not judging him too much, but I'm just letting you guys know in the chat. I'm judging him a little bit. Especially if he jumped, he tried to flee the ring. Is the psychic damage finally too much for him?
I gotta get out of here. Look, man. Sometimes when you're at stacked, a final boss at a race can decide everything.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Sis?
It sure is, good friend. Alright, Crash 3 rematch next time. Declaring it now. Am I?
I get. Do I want to do that even?
It could be fun.
It could.
Snack, you want to get in on that?
I've never played Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, but I, you know,
Oh well.
sure I could give it a try.
What a perfect place to try. What if we
Are
get
you saying
sponsored-
the race is my first playthrough?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
live, yeah.
playing? All right.
Kingo, what if we each sponsored someone who's never played the game before to race?
That's actually a great idea for a block. That
Alright,
could be
I'm writing
really
it down.
funny.
Somebody copy that.
Don't steal it.
Everyone's gonna steal it. What are you talking about? Why'd you say it?
Shoot. Oh no, Tamal.
No.
What are we gonna do? His blocks are always so funny. We're never gonna be able to compete with him.
So funny. I think that just means we have to make a deal with Tamal. We gotta get in.
Yeah, we gotta get Tamal in on it. There's K-Rool tiny phase down finally, and we're going Chunky for the last one. Chunky's always the last one, but Chunky for the last one.
Johnny isn't always the last one.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess in the normal games.
But that does mean we're gonna get the full ending cuts.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Chunky and Donkey also the two easiest. But Tiny's the hardest, so this is...
Yeah, I think. Well, I guess I think you're right. I used to back in the day have a difficult time with punching, like
Me
on
too,
K-Rool
actually.
with Chunky, but I don't seem to anymore. But yeah, definitely Diddy's or Tiny's and Diddy's are the easiest ones to mess up. I actually find I mess up on Diddy's more than like I take more hits on Diddy's than Tiny's these days.
Zero is asking, no, you don't have to do it.
Yeah, this saves your progress.
In the main game, you have to...
Yeah,
not
it's a
only-
gauntlet in the main
you
game.
have to do all 5 in a row with no... With this, you only have to do 3. It saves your progress.
Yeah, a nice thing about another thing about this boss fight that's nice is that if you don't have the blue slam, the Super Simian Slam, and you do have to fight K-Rool versus Chunky, there actually will be a hint as to which of the levels it might be in. And then you can come back here and you don't have to redo the whole boss.
That actually happened to me once, and I didn't even know that was a movie.
Yeah, I've had to use it before for sure.
That's time. For King.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have. We were talking about Spyro or something. We should have been right more on it. But it looks like we were right on it there with the timer stopping. Yeah. And again, Slim not too far behind. I mean, he does still have to go, or would still have had to go through Helm and then fight the boss. But I think otherwise he's got everything other than the bean that he needs.
He's got the bananas too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, his
He
variety
would
was.
those.
Yeah.
Oh, he had way more. Yeah, good race.
Should we
Yeah,
bring
if you-
our Victor in?
Yeah.
I guess it sounds fun to me.
I'm gonna do a bit when he gets in.
Okay.
Always wait.
How many bananas does Cayman have right now? Anybody know? Want to tell me he needed one more.
81.
I think he's got like 84.
Oh, you're right. 84.
Want to tell me he needed 85?
Okay, man. Whoops. You gotta go back.
That would be so mean. K-Man.
What's up?
Hey, man.
Okay, man, I got some good news and some bad news.
The bad news was I choked on Tiny Phase. I know that.
That's some
the bad news is
additional
you
bad
actually-
news.
We got another dono. You needed 85 bananas.
Oh no!
Nah, I'm just.
It was Chiquita.
Wait, you did keep turning in blueprints after you had 80, we noticed. What was up with that?
Came in.
In case this exact thing happened.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
We-
cut it
we-
off.
we told you it was
cut
cut off.
You didn't know that, but we did cut it off.
Wow,
We love these
okay.
flying cars in here also.
Look, in case there was a mistally, I just didn't want there to be any question.
You future-proofed it.
We tallied those, but that's pretty good.
So that seed was a rough start and like a very good ending. Like there were a couple of things that like totally fell into place that like I wasn't thinking about it, but then when I looked at the hints, I was like, oh no, that makes sense. Like Lanky's Aztec temple, that was not on my radar. I was like, I just want to get to 60 GBs and leave. And I kept running into like potion after potion after potion. I was like, oh my god, I just want to get 60 GBs. And then then I got Shockwave, and I was like, well, okay, that's a really important item. And then I got caught by the cop, and I was like, well, okay, I could just do dirt patches for GBs. And then I found Rocket Barrel, and I was like, okay, that was actually massive. But yeah, that was an interesting seed. I'm very grateful that most of the potions were hinted. I think.
It seemed like it. It never seemed like there was anything that was like way out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was any. Oh, maybe super early on was Bongos on a potion.
That I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Dude, I apparently like committed partially to like doing notes, and then eventually I was like, no, notes are not happening.
Interesting.
Because I don't know. I think there was a lot that started really like mangling my notes. And I think eventually, like when I left caves, I was like, okay, my notes are in such a sorry state that like I'm just gonna like go for the stuff that is hinted that I haven't like done anything in, and then just like hope stuff, you know, falls into place. And it ended up falling into place. I think everything after Aztec was hinted in one way or another.
Yeah, it seemed like once you kind of got through that part of the run, it was all just, you know, this to this to this to this, just, you know, knocking things off and flow charting through.
Yeah.
Slim just got the.
Yeah, Slim is just on his way to do that Diddy cabin, and then he has everything he needs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was pretty close. Again, I think there was just some, you know, some checks and some routing stuff in that, you know, like you said, around that Aztec area that kind of set it different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, the big one for me, so a couple of things on the Aztec. I knew about the DK, the Strong Kong tunnel, because the other place where a check could have been was behind Featherbow. And there are some parts where there are path to tiny hints that did not include Chunky, and since we got Mini Monkey like from a shop, it had to be like that Featherbow wasn't actually locking anything for Chunky phase. So I knew it had to be like in the back of that tunnel, which I think was Gorillagon.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I wanted to be super thorough with Aztec, because like that was getting to the point where I was like starting to give up. I was like, oh my god, my notes are in shambles. I just
there were so many just potions and just so much stuff in Aztec.
Yeah, like I was kind of lucky to be super thorough in Aztec, because that was the point where I was like, oh my god, like my notes are in shambles. If I'm missing something, this is gonna be really bad, so I might as well just like hit every check. And then I found like Gorillagon, I found Hunky Chunky, I found oranges, I found Shockwave. Like a lot of the pieces like fell through or came in.
Also, if you listen back to the commentary, we were definitely like, why are they not doing the dirt? Like,
Yeah, we forgot briefly that you didn't have the Shockwave move.
Yeah.
I was like, did he check it and there wasn't anything? But he definitely like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. The dirt, like,
Yeah, we forgot.
Hey Slim, GG.
Hey, GG.
Hey, Slim. Good game.
Good race.
Yeah, pretty tough seed, honestly.
Yeah, the beginning was really. I don't know what you said to these guys, but in the first interview round when they pulled me in,
You
I
were
was like-
first, hey man. We didn't.
Okay.
We talked to you before we even talked to Slim.
Well, okay, but what I meant was I don't know what Slim said in the first interview
Right,
round
right,
for
right.
him, but for me, the first thing I said was, "Oh my God, that was the worst barrels I have ever seen."
Yeah, Slim, I think actually had that earlier.
Oh,
I did.
okay.
Yeah, I feel like I
Yeah.
got that pretty early.
Yeah.
yeah, that one.
But at that
stumped
point,
me
you
in
both had different things that the other one didn't have.
Okay. Because I don't know if you know that, Slim, but for that chunky metal, the only way you get that is with Mini Monkey in your items. Which
Right,
is like not,
right, yeah,
That's
yeah.
not something you even think of.
Yeah. That was a pretty odd barrel throwing.
Yeah. What else was there? I could have gotten vines a lot earlier. I think my notes are messed up because for some reason I have that you need feathers regardless of whether you can get into hives. But I guess I wonder if I did something out of logic for Tiny's metal for that. Well, no, I guess it's not out of logic because there's no way feathers were in level 7. So my notes on that must be wrong.
I'm assuming I also have 100 too, right?
For the requirement,
Yeah.
you have 71,
Oh, son of a.
which you already have, and K-Man had 80.
Okay. That did. Okay, so I may have psyched myself out a little bit when I asked the donation total. Because I was like, that's a lot of freaking donations to get. Someone probably just maxed us both out, so.
Yeah. I mean,
There was
it
a
was 10
particular
per banana.
large donation, but that person did not want their
Okay.
their
gotcha.
total to go to any player. So I think that probably is where you psych yourself out a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't think that would have made a difference.
Yeah, it didn't seem like
but-
you were, going out of your way to get every single banana
Yeah,
you
I was
could
just
find.
getting like all the shop ones and stuff, so.
Baboon Balloon is so funny.
It's the best
Yeah,
option for this, this random thing.
Yeah, when I saw the balloon pad at the initial start, I was like, yes, they get to see the balloon.
It's the funniest one. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why is that switch so freaking hard to grab?
It really, the levers in this game are just. Well, he's the main character, guys. Come on. What we're doing.
Levers, come on. Yeah, I
whatever.
think, I mean, again, this is just from my watch. I think it was the slam that really,
that's no
made the
doubt.
difference in this one, honestly.
Really?
No doubt, no doubt.
Because you got back into the strong concave with that a lot earlier, and I think that
Okay.
was maybe the big difference.
Where'd you find your slam upgrade, Slim?
Both of them, or
Well, I think the first one must have been what we both got. Like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
first one
I
got
don't
was
think
Melon
there's
Crate.
I don't think there was any way to get any others, honestly, but because
I think the one I got, maybe I could have gotten as my first one. I don't think there was a slam requirement for that one.
probably it just seems like
So,
first one I got was the one in Japes.
well, so I got the Melon Crate on Hillside, had a
Yeah.
slam,
Yeah,
and then
that's the one I got.
the Lanky Painting Room was where I got the other slam.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
That's where I got my second one too.
okay. So we don't know where the third one is.
No. You could look at the spoiler log and find out where it is.
Hmm.
I think we're all died.
I could, but you're still running.
Like I'm gonna freaking get a slam upgrade at this point.
Maybe it's in Helm, huh?
I'm just saying, maybe if the chat really wants to know, I mean, you know,
Let me pull it up.
I mean, maybe we'd do it for a handsomer chat is what I'm saying.
There were a lot of bits.
Yeah.
I mean, I have everything. I have way more bananas than I need. I'm going to bed right after this, so
Oh my god, okay.
it's in Helm, isn't it?
It is an helm.
Wow.
Oh my god.
The lanky metal and helm.
Oh,
Interesting.
Lanky Steiner. Tiny was a poor choice for this.
See, I honestly think, well, I mean, Tiny probably is. I usually think Diddy's the best for this one, because it's more powerful than Grapes or Feathers, but it doesn't have the hitbox issues that DK and Chunky have.
I guess Feathers does have the quick shot though.
That's
so.
true too.
Yeah, and you don't. Well, it's probably helpful to kill them, but you don't really need to kill them. You just need to survive, and pushing them back is like decent.
Right. I also figured that you got key 5 way earlier than I did, because...
Did you not do the DK kick?
No.
Oh.
That-
When I saw
That
that
was the one that
waterfall
was in
barrel,
the
I was
Diddy
like,
barrel.
freak.
Yeah.
But like, when I realized it was gonna be Rocket Barrel for that, and then we needed Rocket Barrel for Balloon, I didn't want to leave the first 5 levels until I found Rocket Barrel.
Right.
But what I was telling these guys before you hopped in was my notes ended up just blowing up. And so like I was like head in hands at Aztec, just like clearing everything because I'm like, there's no way I can follow any of this. But then like it was kind of lucky, as the lanky 5-door temple is just not on my radar.
Right.
I was actually like, I was trying to get 60 GBs so that if I get key 7, I could just quickly get the hint. But then I was like, I found Gorilla Gun, Hunky Chunky, Oranges, and Shockwave. And I was like, where are the bananas?
Yeah. My god, I got tired of seeing the key 5, key 8, tiny rule, chunky rule hint.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it
always
was everywhere.
It's like
that's always a
everything.
bummer
Right.
When it's just like, yeah.
All your hints point to the same one thing.
Yeah. And also a lot of stuff on Jape's hillside too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the quicksand cave, that is the Aztec caves one, right?
Yeah, that's the one at the far back end of Aztec.
Yeah, because that's why I was like, okay, I just need a freaking slam so I can get it, because that was the only check that I could get to, and I guess it could have been in the DK's coconut cave where the Kasplat normally is, but it's like, well, with Kasplat's moving, there's probably nothing in there anymore.
Right.
Oh wait, it's at the bottom. Yeah, no bosses in the seed.
We were we were really pulling for Dagadon too. We were like, listen, come on.
It would be so raw.
It'd be so raw.
Daga raw.
You get it?
But yeah, it was definitely really interesting, a really good one to watch. I think it never felt like anyone was, even when there were times when one would pull ahead or the other one would pull ahead. It definitely felt like you were both really still kind of hitting on the same path. No one felt like they were really like stuck or stumped or anything like that, and it just kept moving.
Right.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it back because I feel like Slim's opening must have been a lot better than mine because the amount of times I was jumping around just trying to find barrels was a little annoying.
Yeah, even in the very beginning, you guys went in 2 different directions.
Yeah, because I did go into caves
I went
first,
to
and when
caves first.
when I found DK, I was like, well, this could be something, because I really feel like you would have went to Japes first.
That
Kinda
is
like-
what happened.
I mean, I did. I was actually second guessing it because I was like, oh man, if I get DK, like that's kind of big. But I wanted to prioritize hints, so I was just like, I'll just go key 2, like see if I can get key 2, see if I can get hints that might make my trip in caves like a little
Right.
easier.
I feel like I also got key 2 kind of late, because like I Because I actually saw the Kasplat by accident.
Oh.
I jumped down from like the boss door because I came back to check to see what the boss door was, or I may have actually been climbing the tree or something. I don't remember, but I got knocked back by something, and all of a sudden I just saw him in that cave.
The
As a
splat
corner
in the
of my
where the
eye.
minecart lets out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The audio helped me with him. I just heard a guy go "Splat."
Right. And I should have been paying more attention to that too. But
Me and Stack also were kind of bummed we couldn't really hear your music for either of you guys.
Yeah, I'm watching it back just to hear
Oh.
this playlist that K-Man cooked up.
okay.
I didn't curate every song, but I curated probably like 60-70% of them.
The chat seemed like there were some good ones. We got
I-
some good reactions.
I didn't curate anything. I just used my playlist that has 600 of the
Yeah.
custom tracks in it. So
Yeah.
Hundreds. You can't go wrong, kind of. You're always gonna get something
Yeah,
funny
for
no matter
sure.
what.
Yeah, I will say that the music randomizer is like such an awesome feature of this randomizer, and they like the fact that they add stuff like literally every
Yeah,
few days.
Every week, every couple of
Yeah.
days, there's updates to it.
I just want to pop in real fast with perhaps one last reminder for members of the chat to get that keyword donkey, DONKEY, typed into the chat for a chance to win a game via Amazon up to $60 value. This is a drawing that will take place after the event ends. In addition to that one entrance you get in the chat, you're also entered in if you made a donation during the event, so you can have kind of two chances at that one. And then we'll be doing another giveaway via Nightbot that we'll do, I guess, shortly after Slim wraps up, probably. So stick around for that as well. Same prize.
Yeah, I'm glad this block went well. I feel like me and Stack were dreading this like.
We were
so
more
much.
nervous than you guys.
Like all week, I've been like, oh my
Because I mean,
God.
we've played this, and even today we were talking about this in the chat before we got brought in here. We watched the Key Sanity Late to the Past run, and me and Kingo were like, "Oh, Kingo, we're never gonna be as like these guys. Like these guys know everything about the game. We don't know anything about
They
it."
knew everything that was happening at every moment. What are we gonna do?
They're calling
next?
shots. They know like what's gonna happen next. Like, how can we ever? So we hope we did an okay job at least.
That was a pretty good
to their credit though, like I know all three of them have been like with Link to the Past randomizer for
Yes.
several years.
We've been
so-
playing this for like a couple months, and we also think
Yeah.
that the original game is a 10. Those are our qualifications. So we hope we did okay for the people in the chat.
We know the rando. I mean,
You guys did great.
if we're not as good, which is why we were in the commentator seat and not the ones racing, but
But maybe in
Well,
some future SGM, well,
maybe-
I would,
yeah,
I would
maybe
love
we'll
to get better at
switch.
this. And
Maybe we'll switch the
that would be
roles.
crazy.
oh my god.
Yeah, we should definitely do an inverse race where it's Kingo and Snack and Slim and I are the ones judging you.
I'd be
Yeah.
down.
I'm totally down for that.
That would be so much more because we're still like, yeah, I mean, these guys are just much better than us, and then just that race would be like, oh, Steelers, what are you doing?
that could be a good angle for it, honestly.
That's true.
Oh, Snack Steiner.
donate more.
Oh,
to
he's doing the seal race. Oh, Steiner.
donate for who you think sucks more.
Who gets to wear the mommy's little loser shirt at the end of the run, no matter who wins?
Donate to remove golden bananas from their requirements because God knows they need it.
That's funny.
Actually,
Yeah.
did have to do the seal race recently. That was weird. Normally never see that. It was fun.
It's a seal race.
Cute little time, I guess.
Only have to do one lap with our settings. So.
It was actually kind of made it hard because
It did, yeah.
I was like, I can't grab enough coins in one lap. This sucks. But
Well, I guess one thing I'll say is that I'm sure that because I gave you this talking point before the race, but you talk about how like this used to be like an entrance randomizer and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually played this randomizer back when it was just like an entrance loading zone randomizer. So like, and like back in those settings, that's because splats were randomized back then. So that's why I felt pretty comfortable with that particular setting because I know where they could end up being. But
right.
It's incredible like how much this randomizer has grown since then. Like literally, like, I mean, just saying, like, oh, hey, they just randomize the collectibles. It's like, well, there's so many of them, and there's so many gold bananas. Like, how would that really be that exciting? But they found a way to make it work.
Yeah, they kind of had to make their own game within the game, sort of, to get it to function as a randomizer, and they did an amazing job.
You'll notice Slim did not die on the tiny phase.
What? He died.
K-Man died on tiny phase.
I'm on trial here. I have to present my evidence.
He did it with oranges too.
Yeah,
but that's not why he died.
Okay.
So back when I was in Aztec, I was like, oh my god, I can't follow my hints. This whole thing's gonna go to shit. I was like, all right, that's it. Or once I found the oranges in Chunky's 5-door, I was like, all right, that's it. I'm doing oranges. I don't have to worry about Featherbow. Let's go. And then later I found the Featherbow, and I was immediately brought in for interrogation. I was like, yeah, you know what? For the fans, I'll continue doing oranges. And let me tell you, for some reason, when you pull oranges out, it becomes a slip and slide in K. Rool's shoe there. I don't know what it is, but like the controls get a lot slippier.
It was the oranges that made it weird.
Yeah.
And time.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Hey, good race all around, boys.
Do you have a timer up, Slim? Do you know what your time?
Yeah, I had 3:05:30.
Okay, gotcha. So just a little above 3. So
not quite
bad.
sub 3, but like I think even K-Man and I were saying that it like just getting sub 3 in this would be incredible, and the fact
all
that
these
I got
extra
that
settings.
Yeah.
like,
These settings are pretty crazy.
they're pretty volatile, yeah.
Especially since, like, usually you start with a slam, shockwave, and camera. The fact that those aren't even in the first 3 levels, and you can sometimes, like, be stuck until, like, level 7 or 6 without those items is pretty crazy.
We were saying this to K-Man before, Slim, but if you watch it back, me and Snack were like, why are they ignoring this dirt pile?
We forget.
Yeah. Did you get the camera, K-Man?
I did.
Okay. Because when I got that, I was like, oh, maybe this could be like a thing for me. Like I can just get gold bananas like easily.
It was actually pretty funny. K-Man was talking about how he got the camera and was wondering if that could help him because it was kind of in a weird spot.
Right.
While he was saying this, you were on the minecart. So I was just like, yeah, well, we'll see, K-Man.
Did you go inside the minecart with the wrong Kong like I did?
No,
and couldn't jump out of the minecart.
Wait, did you go in with Chunky?
Yes, I did.
I didn't know that it would prevent you from jumping.
Yeah.
Talked about it earlier. You get the full ending cutscene there if you do the last phase.
Yeah, Chunky's the last fight.
Oh, sweet, last surprise.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if we can even hear it because I think maybe because I just realized that like you guys would be on my audio, so maybe Odin took it.
Oh yeah, it does look like it's on mine. We've just been sitting on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater main menu music.
Oh, classic.
Also look at these microphones.
That was on our spreadsheet too.
Yeah.
Oh, did you keep that?
Yeah, I kept that.
Oh, okay.
Because I listened to it and I was like, yo, this is a banger. Let's keep it.
Microphone fairies.
We have microphone fairies.
These are a little disturbing. I don't think I like this.
They look more normal than whenever DK is the fairy, though.
Yeah.
He gets like all glitched out in that cave for some reason.
Well, congratulations to both of our runners on an excellent race. We do want to start wrapping it up,
Yeah.
so we can do our kind of finale. So if you guys want to do your shout outs.
Who wants to go? The runner should go first.
Yeah. Well, I'll go first. I'll let the winner take the second spot. But hey guys, this is Slim Kirby. I do Let's Plays on YouTube, and I also stream here on Twitch as well. I also stream on YouTube. I'm kind of doing streams on both platforms, so come by if you want to watch. I try to do a Seed of Donkey Kong 64 randomizer like once per week, so there's that. I try to do a lot of randomizers, other randomizers as well. Actually, I'll be playing Link's Awakening randomizer tomorrow on my stream, so if you're interested in that. But yeah, definitely stop on by for either of those channels. I'm happy to talk to you guys, chat with you guys, and just upload other gaming content.
Cool. Well, I've been K-Man. You can find me on Twitch at OddsKman. I stream once a week on Saturday morning from 8 to 11 PST. I just do variety streaming. That's kind of the only thing I really do other than help my friends out with charity streams. So, you know, come on by. We just do variety streams and we act like goofballs. So it's a fun time. And yeah, that's kind of all I have for shoutouts.
I'm King Kienzon. Really don't do anything. You can find me on Twitter. At King Kienzon. I you know, like Puck from Animal Crossing. You'll see him on my Twitter probably.
There are only two answers to that. Yes, I like Puck, and no, I don't know Puck yet.
Yeah, that's real.
And I'm Snagadeck8. I also stream on Twitch. You can find me streaming Friday nights in the late night, and then Sunday evening-ish time. And that's all, really.
All right, thanks very much, guys. Let me get the old crook over here. Sooner or later, the long crook.
The delayed crook.